You'll notice that Good evening, football fans, and welcome to On the Track with Coach Jason Garrett. I'm Sean McBride. Coach, coming into week 2 of the 2025 season, last week, a little disappointing. Tremendous defensive battle that Coach Jim Mora from the Colts would have loved, but some miscues on offense. And talk a little bit about last week and what you took away there.
Yeah, you mentioned disappointing. I think overall, obviously the outcome is disappointing, but the process is what we're always preaching. Defense played outstanding, flying around. I think it's a simple approach, and that was a good offense. So very proud of them. The way we designed it is the way it played out, and a couple times in the red zone we had great stops, and just fell short on the scoreboard at the end. Offensively, just getting in sync. I think slowing things down a little bit. We just had guys doing a lot of thinking and things, so we've adjusted. This week as they did. It
Sure.
was a defensive battle, so. We're looking forward to this week. I think our offensive coaches have done a great job. Players have responded. So, that phase will be in sync. And, our special teams is always doing a great job. So, we're looking forward to this week for sure.
Good. Still early on in the 2025 season. Introduce your captains for us, if you will, and tell us a little bit about that special group.
Good. Well, we got Henry Jordan, quarterback, number 13. Almost a unanimous choice as a captain, loved by everybody. We're just praying and hoping that he can stay healthy for a season, right? Mm-hmm. Keep him healthy. Yeah. Houston Ellinger, he's playing our Ranger position, the kind of that hybrid strong safety position, and going to start to see him in the backfield quite a bit. He's a great leader. He was actually out last week, one of our starters that were out last week. So looking forward to having Houston with us this week. And then A.J. Shefferly, downhill runner on the offensive side. So when we get in our heavy sets, everything that, Bishop Dwenger loves, you'll see him in the backfield, but he's playing some defensive end for us. Okay. Very challenging to block. He's got the wrestling hands and balance, so we're happy to him. And then obviously Andrew Tryon at offensive tackle, and he's got himself in shape and willing to and able to go both ways. So we see him at nose guard or defensive end, and he's accepted a scholarship to Eastern Michigan. So right. He anchors our offense and defensive line. So 4 great guys, and then this year we have a 5th. It's our discipleship captain, Dominic Moga, just a man of service. Led our summer workouts into the fall when we needed something. Running our rec league, Dominic was there and unanimously chosen as our discipleship captain, man of leadership and service. So yeah, those are the guys.
Fantastic! It's Thursday night. We've got a big contest, our home opener tomorrow night. Excuse me, against St. Francis de Sales. The Knights, a team we haven't seen here before, at least not in my history. But what can we tell? What can you talk about? What's coming up during this matchup?
Well, it's a like we love to do, a tremendous challenge. Very athletic, big, fast, strong. They have a long history of great tradition. Similarly to Moeller, just a little bit different in their style of play and some of the athletes they have. So. A tremendous challenge, something that we're looking forward to, and to your point, have never played them before. So here we are, home game against an opponent that we've never played before. We're looking to represent Bishop Dwenger football in the best way.
And talk a little bit. I know we've got a very large senior class. We've some of these names that we've talked about for 3 years straight now. A lot of field time and whatnot. But this is really a special group, isn't it?
It is. I can't put it into words, and we don't have time, but it is a special group. The thing that I say all the time is they absolutely love Bishop Dwenger football. Yeah. And to all you fans, whenever you can be here and support these guys, they are most deserving. They love Bishop Dwenger football. They put their heart and soul into it. Many of them have been starting since they were sophomores. Right. And what I've said all along is I'll stand next to anybody that's been battle tested. Yeah. And these guys have been battle tested, and I think there's some really good things to come down the road. We just talked yesterday, 94 days to Lucas Oil, and that's where we got to set our sights. So
fantastic, good stuff. Well, Coach, I know you have to get to it, so can't thank you enough. And best of luck in tomorrow night's game.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks to all the fans. Thank you guys for all that you do.
You bet. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bishop Dwenger Football here on the Saint Sports Network. We are broadcasting live from the friendly confines of Shields Field, where tonight the Bishop Dwenger Saints host the St. Francis de Sales Knights in an epic Week 2 battle, and it starts right now. And once again, welcome back to the friendly confines of Shield Field. Along with Joe Wharton, I'm Sean McBride, bringing in tonight's contest. And as with all good things, we're going to start things off with a prayer. So let's send it down to our sideline reporter, John Kelty, who's got Father Caleb with him. John, take it away.
Thanks, Sean. I'm actually here with Father Bob Garrow. Father Caleb's not here yet, so Father Garrow will lead us in the opening prayer.
And let us begin. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask your blessing and protection of all these student athletes out here tonight. And we ask you, Lord, to bless all of us as well as we watch this game. And just continue to show your grace upon us as we ask to glorify you. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Queen of all saints, pray for us.
Pray for us.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you.
All right, John, thanks very much for that. Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Week 2 action here for the Bishop Dwenger Saints, where they're going to take on an out-of-conference and out-of-state foe tonight. It is the Knights that hail from Toledo, Ohio, St. Francis de Sales High School, all-boys school, and there's a lot to talk about here before the game, and so we'll bring our expert, Joe Wharton, who will introduce our expert a little bit later. No. Joe,
I felt pretty
in.
good about things, Sean, for a second.
Well, you know, we had to do things proper. So.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
How you doing, brother?
Good to be back with you in the booth. They renewed our contract for another year.
Can
It's
you
amazing.
believe it?
It's
I know
crazy.
It is.
Here we are. So, yeah, Knights versus Saints, right? Two Catholic schools. When you think Knights versus Saints, two Catholic schools, you think Lures and Dwenger. Not so fast tonight, Sean.
Yeah.
This is St. Francis de Sales out of Toledo, and really it's a team. When I first looked at it, when they came out about a year and a half ago, when I heard about them arranging this matchup, I looked at St. Francis and I was like, they're not very good. They had only won from 21 to 23. They had only won 7 total games, and but here we go. New coach last year, new coach Josh Linke, and he did a great job last year. 8-4 overall record last season. Took this team to the Ohio State playoffs, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
And they won a game in the playoffs, and they did a great job. So Josh Linke has brought in some athletes, and he has them hitting on all cylinders. Last week against Toledo Waite, they beat them 64-19. They had 64 points, Sean, in the first half.
Sure.
The seconds played the rest of the game. So explosive. They can score from anywhere on the field. They have those type of athletes. And when you think about this school, when I watch them on film, I feel like you take a Northside football team and a Bishop Lures football team, and if they had a child, it would be this team. Athletes everywhere, love to take chances. They're going to blitz the heck out of you on defense, okay? They're going to come after you. But they will throw the ball up in the air, and they will just let their athletes try and go get it. I'm excited for this matchup tonight.
No, it's going to be a great game, and it all starts right down there on the turf. The Bishop Dwenger Saints led by Coach Garrett. We'll talk about the starting lineups tonight, and let's go up front for the Bishop Dwenger Saints to begin with. We've got Andrew Trahan, Lewis Morris, Vance Diepenbrock, Michael Sheehan, and Noah Weimer, the big uglies up front. The Bishop Dwenger line averages 6'1", 254 pounds tackle to tackle. In your skilled positions, it starts with our quarterback, Henry Jordan, the senior. On his wings, he's got Beckham Russell, Thomas Dennis. In the backfield as well, he's got Houston Ellinger, Gus Tipman, and Nick Tipman, and keep an eye out for number 9, A.J. Shefferly, as he will get a healthy dose of action tonight as well. When we flip the table, talk about the defensive line for the Bishop Dwenger Saints, we've got A.J. Shefferly, Andrew Trahan, and Xavier Dowdge up front. In the linebacker core, we see guys like Doug Henry, Casey Piper, Cooper Campbell, and Max Seckel. In the defensive backfield, we've got George Hackman, Nick O'Keefe, Jackson Parrish, and Carter Zent. And that's going to do it for your Bishop Dwenger lineup. Joe, when we talk about the Knights from St. Francis de Sales, you'd mentioned they've got playmakers, and there's certain men that we should look out for tonight. Isn't that right? On both sides of the ball,
That's right. Look for number 1, Eli Bill. Here's a young man last year, had almost 2,000 all-purpose yards, all-state pick. He is looking at, I don't think he's committed, but I think he and Michigan are they're romancing each other, let's say that, bromancing each other. So number 1, they want to get him the ball. Eli Bill, remember that name. Number 11, Jaden Houston, a receiver. He's a guy that can just go get it. He's got great leaping ability. They will throw it up and let him go try to get it. Now, the quarterback, number 15, KJ Collins Walker. Freshman, Sean.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Freshman quarterback. He can run. I watched him on film. He's not afraid to pull it and run it. And he's a kind of a husky kid, looks muscular.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like most freshmen.
Right. I
Okay,
agree.
keep that in
Yeah.
mind. Maybe check his birth certificate. I don't know. But he's built not like a freshman. Let me just go there.
You bet. No, good stuff right there. And it looks like down on the field, we've got the Bishop Dwenger Saints preparing. The hype video is playing right now. We're setting up for the opening prayer and mock coin toss. So what we're going to do right now, folks, before that all begins, is step out for a little 30-second break. When we come back, more football action right around the corner. This is Bishop Dwenger Football on the Saints Sports Network.
Welcome to Air X-Ray, your best solution for indoor air quality. Start protecting your home with our interior and exterior waterproofing services for basements and crawl spaces. Prevent moisture, mold, and flooding, all while improving the air quality in your home. Visit airxray.com or call us at 260-407-1022 for a healthier home today.
And we are back to live action. Moments away from kickoff. We've got about 7.5 minutes to go from our perspective here in the booth. And we're going to talk a little bit more about tonight's matchup. And specifically right now, Joe, you're talking about before the game. We've got some good news. We got some bad news as far as the Saints starting lineup.
All right, the good news is Houston Ellinger's back. He was out last week. He is back. I expect to see him playing on defense. I expect to see him getting carries on offense from the running back position. The bad news for the Saints, Jordan Fabini's out, and he's out for an extended period, maybe even the season. Broke his leg this week in practice. Max Jordan, the safety and the punter, outstanding player. He is also out. He separated his shoulder last week in the game, and he is sidelined and won't be seeing any action tonight.
All right.
Our Lady Queen of all Saints, pray for us. Saint Francis de Sales, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing and face the American flag in the north end zone. As Bishop Dwenger Sr., Audrey Alter will lead us in the singing of the national anthem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the prayer has been said to the stadium and the national anthem has been sung, and we are minutes away, just under 5 minutes to go before this contest. So, Joe, checking on film, looking at last week, the 3-0 loss, obviously the Saints had a tough time on offense. I thought the defense played spectacularly, especially against a state caliber Ron Colley squad. this week in practice, what could you have expected if, when you were down here, some different sight lines for the quarterback, some different routes, or is it just repetition?
Well,
What do
I
you
tell
got
you,
there?
it's funny. I saw it when I watched the game on TV last Friday night, and then I talked to the coaches this Wednesday when I went to practice, and really it's the things that were going on absolutely fixable, Sean.
Yeah.
Don't anybody hit the panic button just yet. Receivers running the wrong routes. Taking a defender who shouldn't be in the area into the area, making interceptions.
Yeah.
So you got to get that fixed. Now you ask yourself, were the lights too bright for some of these kids? Running wrong routes and not knowing where they were supposed to go. I don't know, but the coaches were working on that this week, making sure the kids knew where they're supposed to go, why they're supposed to go there. It's about spacing, right?
Right.
Get defenders out of the area so this guy's open, and but it's all fixable. The running game last week, we had 119 yards rushing, and we didn't run the ball a lot in the first half. So the running game had its moments,
Yeah.
and I expect it'll have its moments again tonight. Got to get the passing game going, and they will. I believe they will. So let's see what they can do.
And let's talk a little bit more about that from just a 30,000-foot level. If we talk about keys to victory tonight for the Saints, obviously it's executing on all levels. But to me, the Knights look like they have a pretty explosive offense with some very talented key positions from the skill position set. So from your perspective, what are some of those keys to victory for the Saints
I'd like
tonight?
to see the Saints slow the game down.
Yeah.
Okay. When you have an explosive offense, keep them off the field.
Yeah.
Because they can get up on you really quick if you let them. So slow the game down a little bit. Move the change. Don't panic. Don't get in a hurry. Here's the other thing. What that does as well, two of their best linemen, number 54, Jermaine Polk, he is going to Rutgers, Big Ten. He's going to be a Big Ten lineman. Number 55, Deion Banks, another really good senior lineman. They play on the right side of the offensive line, and they're up front on the defensive line. Okay, wear them out.
Yeah.
Wear them out. Keep them on the field. Keep pounding at them, and wear them out, and see if that can help you in the fourth quarter.
Interesting stuff. Let's see how it plays out here as it looks like St. Francis de Sales has made their way onto the carpet, and now they run across the field and get ready to take the sidelines there. The Dwenger captains are aligned, and it looks like we are getting ready for the mock coin toss. Interesting. Talk about upgrades. And, Joe, we've got a tremendous technical crew here between Brian Gillett, Joe Romy, Caden, these guys. We now have access to the referee's mic,
it's
the
beautiful
field
thing.
mic down there. So we're going to test that out tonight, see if we can it would help if he turned it on. That's going to be important.
Well, that's Grasshopper. Remember John Kelty, our sideline guy? We're calling him Grasshopper or,
That's right.
or Greenhorn.
Yeah,
I
whatever,
mean,
yeah.
he's got to get over and get the white hat straightened out. That's
Yeah,
one of his jobs.
Yeah. Yep. And it looks like the Knights have made their way over to the far sideline. The captains for the Saints are lined up and ready to go out.
Tonight's captains are Landon Sorg, number 14, Nick Tippmann, number 23, Houston Ellinger, and number 72, Lewis Morris.
And here come the captains getting out to the midfield stripe. We're going to see if we can grab some audio here and pray that it works. This way, Grasshopper can hang out on the sidelines and, and enjoy a snack. Yeah.
Appears he did not turn his mic on.
I don't think he turned his mic on because our slider is way up. Oh, there he comes, maybe. Well, we're going to continue to monitor the coin toss. Of course, the official coin toss has already happened, but these are last-minute instructions from the White Hat. Been in plenty of those meetings right there. They're telling the players to keep it clean, to help each other up. If you've got a problem, take it to your captain. You as captains are responsible for reporting from your side, so let's keep the lines of communications open and play a nice, clean game. So after those instructions are set, generally what they do is talk about what happened on the coin toss, who's going to receive, and what goal they are going to defend. And this coin toss is
taking long. They're probably talking about lunch and.
I don't know. Let's check in down there with John Kelty with some field conditions. It's beautiful up here, John. What are you experiencing down there on the sidelines? What do you have for us?
Hey, Joe and Sean. Hey, I talked to the white hat. He's going to turn his microphone on after an initial introduction to the players, so you might get him later.
Okay.
Fake news.
Dwenger has won the toss. They have deferred their option to the second half. St. Francis will receive on this end.
Well.
Okay, John, Grasshopper, I apologize.
We might owe John a little apology there. Okay. Okay, so St. Francis will defend the south end zone, and the Dwenger Saints have deferred to the second half. So we will see Lucas Wynn come on. I assuming with Lucas is going to pull double duty, place kicking and punting tonight.
Yeah, and he averaged 45 yards per punt by the way last week as the backup. So he did a great job. This is good for Dwenger, I think. Defer, get your defense on the field first, set the tone early.
Exactly, and make the visiting team earn it right away. So the Saints defense will be on the field soon. And again, the front three down linemen, we've got Shefferly, Train, and Xavier Dowdge, the front three down there. And again, Joe, they're not really playing a stacked, defense 3-3 anymore. It's really kind of a hybrid like that, but I wouldn't call it a 3-4 either.
No, there's guys moving in and out of the box. They have their defensive line will shift right before the snap, which, trust me, offensive linemen hate that. Offensive linemen get everything figured out, and then all of a sudden the D-line shifts over a gap, and it's like, okay, who am I taking now?
Right.
And then the ball snap.
That's it.
The defense did a great job last week. I expect to see more of the same.
Here come the Saints from the close hash mark. Ball's at the 40-yard line. Ball is in the air. It's a low liner, and we are underway. It'll trickle down inside the 10, and it's going to be taken by the first man through. That's number 24, I believe, on the return. Takes it out to about the 21-yard line, and that is where they will begin. On the return that time was Keyshawn Richardson, and they will come out on offense.
Doug Henry on the stop along with Caleb Nicholson.
So, again, the Knights are led by number 15, Kamari Collins Walker, a true freshman. Two of them on the field tonight. We might talk about Solver Hughes as a freshman wide receiver, but the majority of this squad is senior laden. Whistle blows, and we're ready for action here. From the shotgun, two wideouts to the right side. Quick give through the middle, little trap play. He's got some room. He's got a block. Hits it out close to the 30. It's going to be touched up near the 29-yard line. That's Eli Beal on his first carry of the night.
O'Keefe on the stop, a little counter play, a little inside trap. Goes for 8. And here they go. They're going to try to wear the Saints out.
Up tempo. And again, it's a give to Beal behind that line. He's swarmed over. He's got enough for the first down. Stood up, still pushing, and finally the whistle blows.
Last year, Mr. Beal averaged 162 yards rushing per game, 7 yards a carry. So he can really tote the rock, Sean.
That he can. So they move the chains as the ball is now resting just shy of the 35-yard line for the Knights. Knights moving right to left on your radio dial. Going to have a trips package to the right side or left side, check that, with a single setback as Walker is in the shotgun. Play action, quick screen, and he's going to get some forward yardage, but not a whole lot there. Gain of maybe 3, possibly 4.
Yeah, good defense over there. Seckel from his linebacker spot. Moxon Seckel getting the start tonight, and they expect big things out of him. Call it about 4 yards, Sean.
Yeah, it looks like it. Brings up 2nd and 6 now for the Knights as they continue to roll. You're right, looking over at that quarterback, he's got some stature to him. He's got a good foundation. Here's a snap. End around, he's got some room, and again, that's Beal. On the ground. Ball is on the ground. Saints say they've got it. There's a big scrum near the 42. And let's see who comes up with it. Still no official indication.
I love that the Saints players are saying they got it.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Saints do.
They do.
Saints have the ball. Turnover. Beal's first of the night that time at the Saints 42-yard line. Gives the offense set up in great shape. Great job by the defense.
I didn't see who caused the fumble there, but
number 6, Henry.
Doug Henry.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. You set up for replay? Are you set up for replay?
Yeah, it's too late now.
I know. All right, so here come the Saints on offense right now. They officially marked the ball at the 41-yard line. So a short field for the Saints for their first look on offense. Henry Jordan, number 13 from the shotgun, has a single setback, and Gus Tippmann. Here's a snap. No, that's Ellinger, excuse me. He breaks it around to the left side, number 23 diving, and he's going to pick up about 4 on that first carry.
Yeah, Ellinger getting the start at running back tonight. Gus Tippmann moves out to the slot receiver position. And Ellinger on his first carry, again, didn't play last week. First carry, does a great job picking up 4 yards.
Ball now resting at the 37-yard line of the Knights. Trips package to the right, 1 wide left, and another single setback. Knights showing blitz.
Here they come.
Here comes the pressure. Quick slant. Oh, just a little low. Tried to get Gus Tippmann out here in the flats on the right side and incomplete.
That's a long pass from that hash over there, from the left hash all the way out here to the right numbers. That ball's in the air a long time.
So they burn second down. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Saints. Still manageable.
Watch the matchup over there with Andrew Tryon going to Eastern Michigan commit, going against Jermaine Polk, the Rutgers commit.
It's left tackle against DN. Here we go, Saints. Time to get that ball snap. We're down under 5 now on the play clock. Here's a snap. He's looking to throw. Looks, has his outlet man. Tries to break one. Broke one tackle. Not much more there for Ellinger as he gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe just a little bit more. But that's going to bring up basically a 4th and 6 now for the Saints.
Those swing passes are going to be tough tonight, Sean. This team has the defense for St. Francis has so much team speed. It's going to be tough on those swing passes for them to really get out and make hay.
Yeah. Saints line up for it on 4th and 6. He moves back, and here comes the pooch punt. Angling out of bounds. It's going to touch and roll into the end zone. So, missed opportunity that time for the Saints on offense as they punt the ball away with a touchback, and the Knights will have it back after 3 quick downs.
3 and out for the Saints, just couldn't get the offense moving there.
Well, before the turnover, the Knights were putting together a drive there. They had 1 first down, and now they're going to take over again at their own 20-yard line. First quarter action, still 0s on the scoreboard. First and 10 for the Knights. Walker with a handoff to Beal. Breaks it to the outside. He can down into the defensive backfield after a gain out to about the 27-yard line.
Boy, he's really good, Sean.
He is, yeah. He's got good vision, good speed.
1 cut and go.
Yeah. It's the real deal. Gain of about 6 that time. Opens the playbook for the Knights. They'll have 3 wide outs on the right side, 1 wide left. Here's a snap. Again, give to Beal right through the middle. He's got room. Check that. That was not Beal. That was Rocco Piarelli. He is a senior running back, number 2 on the carry.
Tackle there by Cooper Campbell for the Saints.
That'll be enough for a Knight first down out to the 33-yard line. Piarelli again in the backfield, has lots of room. He's got some speed. He's breaking it outside. Past the 40, the 45, run out of bounds, and taken out near the 47.
He does have wheels, Pirelli.
Yeah. He is a speedster, and he tore into the defense for the Saints on that one. And they move the chains once again with the ball right at the 47-yard line of the Knights.
Looked like Hackman maybe on the stop there for the Saints.
1st and 10 now for the Knights. Here's a snap. And again, interior, they've got something going on right through the middle as Eli Beal scorches the Saints for a gain of about 12, taking into the Saints' territory.
Yeah, pretty much this offensive line for St. Francis they're huge. You know, I think where the Saints might have an advantage is later in the game as they get worn out. When I watch film on them, second quarter, you started to see their feet slow way down. So right now they're getting off the ball, and they definitely have a weight and size advantage against the D-line of the Saints, and they're getting pushed around a little bit. So let's see if they can continue with that.
Here they are on 1st down. Pirelli this time, again, trying his way through the middle, trying to squirm out of some tackles. Gets about a yard, and that's about it, down to the 40.
Morris on the stop there. St. Francis had been averaging over 7 yards on 1st down before that. Meager 1 yard gain there.
Well, they line up on 2nd and 9. Quarterback rolls to the right, looks to throw, out to the flats. He's got a man, immediately hit, and ball is dropped. No good. His intended receiver that time, Jaden Houston, number 11. And he's still down on the carpet. Now he's getting up.
That was O'Keefe on the coverage over there. Good coverage on O'Keefe, right? If you can't knock the ball down, what do? When the receiver grabs it, you knock it out of his hands. That's exactly what O'Keefe did. Great play over there by the corner, O'Keefe. 3rd down, first 3rd down here for St. Francis.
And it's not 3rd and easy. It's 3rd and 9 for the Knights as they line up again. Houston stays on the field after he was a little gimpy getting up. But now we've got a timeout on the field. And it is called by the Knights. They want to talk about it, so we're going to go ahead and step out for a little 30-second break while they do. Zeros on the scoreboard. First quarter action here at Shields Field. It's the Bishop Dwenger Saints taking on the Knights from St. Francis de Sales. We're back in 30. This is Dwenger Football on the Saints Sports Network.
Buchanan, your career moves with purpose. Start strong with a position in sales, admin, accounting, operations, or as a truck driver or mechanic. We recognize when you go above and beyond. That's why we offer competitive benefits, health coverage, and retirement plans. We provide the training and support you need to succeed. Community isn't just a value at Buchanan, it's an action. So if you're looking for more than a job and you want a career that grows with you, then discover the Buchanan Advantage.
Welcome back to Shields Field, ladies and gentlemen. First quarter action. The timeout is over by the Knights as they burn their first one on this critical 3rd and 9 play.
Jaden Houston is waving his hands at his quarterback before the snap. There it is.
And he throws
it to him.
Right behind him.
He wasn't even looking. Before the snap, Jaden Houston was waving his hands at his quarterback like, look at me, look at me. I've got single coverage. And the quarterback saw it and threw it to him, but Houston has back to the ball.
Yeah, he was 5 yards down the field. Not really doing much there. Let's see if we can get a hold of that replay, because that was a just not a good executed, well-executed play. Now, what are they going to do here on 4th and 9? The offense appears to stay on the field. We've got twins right and trips left, empty backfield for the quarterback. Man in motion now. They fake it to him. He looks to throw. He's got pressure. Going downfield. He's got a man streaking down there, and it is caught inside the 5. Great leap that time. I believe that was Jaden Houston again,
sure was.
number 11.
They were on the same page that time, Sean.
That they were. Wow. On 4th and 9, they convert deep into Saints territory, and now they're knocking on the door. Wow.
Yeah, I told you, that's exactly what I saw on film. They will fake that run, and they will just launch it and let Houston go get it.
Tremendously talented freshman quarterback. Wow. He just dropped a dime right to him. Here's a give to Pirelli. He does not get in. Great stick that time by the front 3. Ellinger was in there, and it looks like Doug Henry climbing off the bottom as well.
Sure was. Doug Henry got his name called a lot last week as well. He's playing great football right now.
No gain on the play, brings up 2nd and goal from the 2. Going to be trips to the right, single setback. He is number 1, that's Beal. Here's a snap, give to Beal through the middle. He does not convert. He gets stood up after a gain of maybe 1. Yeah, we're going to mark it down about the 1 yard line.
And his helmet came off again. I think that's the second time his helmet's come off.
Man. There's chin straps on there for a reason.
Buttons? Yeah. Anybody got buttons?
Buttons, snaps, some duct tape. Come on. All right, so the Saints defense is stiffening up now as the Knights are facing a 3rd and goal from the 1 yard line.
Listen, it's 2-down territory, Sean. If
man.
they went for it on 4th and 9 from the 40,
you bet.
If it's 4th and 1, they'll go from the goal. Let's go. Wildcat,
Wildcat. Piarelli is going to have the ball, and now we've got a flag.
Timeout.
Timeout again. So they burned another timeout.
That one's St. Francis.
Yeah, that was Coach didn't like what he saw. We'll put it that way. That was the reason for that one. So we'll go ahead and keep things right here and get ready for this critical next couple downs. Again, the Knights are facing a 3rd and goal from the Saints 1 yard line. And they went to a Wildcat formation there, and it just really didn't pan out. Coach didn't like what he saw. So they're going to take a breath and kind of talk this over. Well, folks, just a reminder that Masters Heating and Cooling is a proud sponsor of Bishop Dwenger High School. Saints fans score big on comfort by visiting mastersheatcool.com for exclusive offers just for you. That's Masters Heating and Cooling, one of tonight's great Saints sponsors. Okay, so the Knights are coming back at it. Again, facing a critical 3rd down, 3rd and goal from the 1 yard line. Little different look. Pro set this time. Quarterback's going to be in the shotgun. He's got Piarelli back there along with Richardson. Here's a snap. They flow to the right. He's looking for room. No, nothing there.
That's big Andrew Tryon.
Look at him.
Andrew the Train Tryon.
That's it. Train wreck happened right there. Tackle for loss as he's going to be dropped back at the 2.5, maybe even the 3 yard line. And yeah, we've got some more players coming out here from the Knights. Tremendous goal line stand by the Saints.
Outstanding.
Wow.
1st and goal from the 2, and they can't get anything.
All right, so Drew Puckett should be in there to try the field goal here for the Knights. Snap is good, hold is down, the kick is up. It looks good from here, and it is. So the Knights score first on a field goal here in the 1st quarter. But again, things could have gone so much worse for the Saints, but the defense held strong, bend and not break, and they were able to keep them off the scoreboard except for 3. So Knights 3, Saints 0. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Bishop Dwenger football on the Saints Sports Network.
What a beautiful day. He's so dirty. Call MJM Mechanical.
Dirty air conditioner? Clean it up with an MJM Mechanical AC tune-up. Lower utility bills, increase AC lifespan, and guarantee a breakdown-free season for only $89. Quality is not just something we say, it's in everything we do. So visit mjmfortwayne.com or call today.
Welcome back to Live Action, ladies and gentlemen. Alongside Joe Wharton, I'm Sean McBride, and we are broadcasting live from Shields Field, where the Knights have taken the first blood part 2. 3-0 is your score. Tremendous defensive goal line stand by the Saints, and now the Knights are getting ready to kick this one away. Here is the Knights kickoff. Taken deep. Gus Tittman on the return that time. Bowls his way. He's got some room. He's at the 30, the 35, and gets knocked out of bounds near the 40.
Great run by Gus. He just split those guys.
Yeah.
If the 2 defenders were looking like, are you going to tackle him or am I? And he went right between them. A great run by Gus. Tackled there by number 24, Keyshawn Richardson.
Talk a lot about him tonight. Goes both ways. And doing a fine job. But a great return that time by Tippmann. And the Saints are set up again with some pretty good field position. Not as good as last time they had the ball. But this is going to be their second look on offense.
Yep, they've only run 3 offensive plays so far in this first quarter, Sean.
Trips to the left, one wide right. Single setback. Henry Jordan from the shotgun. Looks to throw on first down. He's got protection. Gets out. Rolling, firing downfield. He's got a man. Oh, that's going to be a flag, and that should be a flag. Yeah.
Obvious flag. That's an easy one, Sean. It's so easy you and I could have called it, and you did call it.
I did call it. Beckham Russell was the intended receiver that time, coming back for the ball, and the defender just blew up at him, and that's going to move the ball for the Saints for sure.
Jermaine Polk moved to nose guard there and was going against Diepenbrock, and Diepenbrock did a nice job holding up against the Rutgers commit.
See if we've got an air X-ray replay for that one, as the official calls the penalty. Man, we might have missed that one. Anyway, back to live action as the Saints come out of the huddle. They mark the ball right at the 50-yard line. The officials, they're not marking the ball yet. We're hearing reports that spot isn't a good spot. Let's see what they discuss down here. Still waiting to hear from the official what the call is. We think there might need to be 5 more yards tacked on here, but let's see what the official has to say.
Pass interference. Defense, 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
He just gave another 15. He just marched off. He just marched off like 30 yards, huh?
Okay, snap the ball. Snap the ball.
Quick snap.
They can't leave that ball there, can they? Okay. Yeah, even Coach Garrett, I mean, he's right at the 46.
Honesty is the best policy. I've always said that, Sean.
Yeah, I don't know if you live it, but you say it. I know.
Oh, mercy.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, maybe they have figured this out that
hey, they're human too, right, Sean?
That's right. Yeah. No, absolutely. You bet. And, hey, God love them for doing it, because right now they're probably getting jeered from both sides, from the fans.
You know what worries me now? We ought to get a close-up on the chain gang over there, because Tony Lay looks as confused as anybody.
We can't have that.
I mean,
yeah, it doesn't take much, and there it is. So I might see him at the charity event. I didn't say that.
He could be fired after this.
Okay, the ball is set. The chains are in place. Saints have a 1st and 10 after the penalty into Knights territory at the 46-yard line. Here's a snap. Again, he's looking to throw. He airs it out. He's got a man. Oh, into double coverage. That was dicey, but it's just incomplete.
Yeah, you have to be careful there. We saw some of that last week. You don't want to throw into double coverage.
No.
Double coverage bad.
Double coverage bad. Intended receiver was Beckham that time, Beckham Russell. And clearly, I think, and why wouldn't he? I believe that's we're looking at that air X-ray replay real quick. If we can. We might have to get out of that one, Brian. We're back to live action here on 2nd and 10 now. Here's a snap. Give to Ellinger right through the middle. Nice push. Big push right up the middle. Going to be about a gain of 4, almost 5.
Yeah, here we go. 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
There we go. Now we got Weimer trying to tap out. 75's looking for a sub. Get it into Coach Cagnett out there. He's going to have to stay in.
He might be cramping up. He's
holding that knee brace.
Okay. He gets back up to the line. Oh, boy. They're going to need his protection on this one on 3rd and 5.
54 just moved over to him. Polk.
2-1. They might get a delay of game on this one, and they do, unless Coach called a timeout.
He did.
He did. All right, so just saved a 5-yard delay of game penalty. The Saints go ahead and call a timeout. We're going to go ahead and call one, too, as well. We'll step out for 30 seconds. When we come back, the Bishop Dwenger Saints will face a critical 3rd and long 5. You're watching Dwenger football on the Saints Sports Network.
Life together is a beautiful and unique journey. From unforgettable moments to sharing an everlasting love. Create a one-of-a-kind ring that captures your story at Peter Franklin Jewelers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just getting ready to shore up this timeout for the Saints, their first one on the night. The St. Francis Knights have already taken 2 of their first half. And believe it or not, we are still in the first quarter. It's 3 minutes and 34 seconds remaining here in this 12-minute quarter that's taken a half an hour to play. So
good thing we had that dinner from Salvatore's tonight,
no kidding,
huh?
boy.
Fantastic.
What a treat. You know, our boss takes really good care of us.
She loves us.
And the sponsors love her, so we get the benefit.
Yeah. 61 Moga is in at right tackle, sophomore.
Here it is on 3rd and 5. Play action, backside pressure coming. Here's a quick dump. Rolls up to Gus Tippmann, gets up out to the 35. I think he's got it.
He's got it.
Yep. Great conversion that time by the Saints. The first converted first down
Yeah,
of the night?
first down for the, without a penalty. Right?
Yeah.
First converted first down.
Okay, so they move the chains. 1st and 10 coming up for the Saints as the drive stays alive. Working off the right hash mark. Jordan and Ellinger in the backfield. Pressure's coming. Throw to Ellinger in the backfield, looking for a cutback. He's got some room, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe a little shy of that.
It's tough. There's just a lot of team speed on St. Francis. Weimer gets back in the game. Moga comes back out. Did a good job while he was in there. That's Isaac Moga, the sophomore. Not to be confused with Dominic Moga, the senior.
Okay. So officially they'll call that a loss of 1, bringing up 2nd and 11. Ellinger comes out for a little break. Have a pro set in the backfield with 2 wideouts left and 1 wide right. Here's a snap. They keep it on the ground. Give it to Gus Tippmann through the middle. He slips his way through the middle of the line, plowing forward. Gain of 4 maybe.
Well, Sean, you and I know it because we've watched Dwenger football a long time, but this is 2-down territory right here.
It sure
4-down territory.
4 down, yeah.
They have 2 more to go.
2 more, yeah. They'll mark it at the 32-yard line, bringing up a 3rd and 7. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter now. From the shotgun
Here
on
comes the
3rd
blitz.
down. The blitz is picked up. He fires over the middle. He's got his man at the 15. That's Russell inside the 10. The Saints are set up. Here we go.
Great job there by Henry Jordan, getting outside the pocket, setting his feet, and delivering a strike to Beckham Russell.
Great job that time by the offensive line, holding off that blitz package, giving Henry Jordan some time to find his favorite receiver downfield. They mark that at the 8-yard line, and the Saints are set up. Here's your Air X-ray replay right here. Look at that protection. Nice roll, good fire, feet planted, hit him in stride. Well-executed play that time. Here we are, back to live action.
Yeah,
Gus.
They're selling out.
They
Defense is just sending them.
That was number 54 on the carry, Jermaine Polk, the D1 commit. And he's going to hit him for a 2-yard loss that time for Gus Tippmann.
You have to remember, you have 5 offensive linemen. When the defense decides they're sending 7,
yeah,
numbers don't line up, Sean.
That's right.
You have to get rid of the ball. But if you get past that first wave, good things ahead.
Opportunities abound. On 2nd and goal from the 10. He looks to throw, fires, and it is tipped and blocked and knocked away. It was going to be a quick hitting slant that time, but the defense playing good heads-up ball. So the incompletion marks him again, 3rd and 10 now. Tippmann and Doug Henry in the backfield alongside with Henry Jordan. Here's a snap, play action, looks to throw. He's got pressure. He still has pressure. Jordan running, fires into the end zone. He's got a man.
He dropped it. He got it. Out of bounds.
Oh, my heavens. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. He may not have had control of the ball as he was as he came down.
Is that number 14, Nick Tippmann, the
I
tight
think it
end?
is, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe he bobbled it, but the replay might show us.
Here comes your replay
Could
right
Kelty
here.
see it down there, Greenhorn?
Here comes his scramble. Continuing to fade left, fires down to the end zone. Yeah, it's awful far away for Rick to get that, but incomplete pass, and here comes Lucas to see if he can chip it in from the 18-yard line. So 28-yard attempt here. Kick is away, and it looks good from here. And it is. All knotted up at 3 with 41 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We'll go ahead and step out for a 30-second break. When we come back, the Saints will kick the ball off to the Knights. You're watching Bishop Dwenger football on the Saints Sports Network.
What a beautiful day. He's so dirty. Call MJM Mechanical.
Dirty air conditioner? Clean it up with an MJM Mechanical AC tune-up. Lower utility bills, increase AC lifespan, and guarantee a breakdown-free season for only $89. Quality is not just something we say, it's in everything we do. So visit mjmfortwayne.com or call today.
And we are back live, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to send things down to John Kelty quickly, who has scores from around the area. John, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Sean. East Noble up 7-0 on Snyder. That's the one score I have. And an injury update around the area, though. Homestead starting quarterback Michael White out for the foreseeable future as quarterback for the Homestead Spartans.
Wow. All right. We'll keep an eye on those scores, and we'll be coming back to John as we can. And looks like the Saints are getting ready to kick this one away from the 40-yard line.
Okay, I'm good. I'm trying to do some things.
Lucas Wynn, number 1, getting ready to kick this one away. 2 men back deep for the Knights, standing about the 5-yard line. Lucas launches this one well past and into the end zone.
Good grief.
He had some Wheaties this morning, didn't he?
Feeling good after that field goal.
No kidding. All right, so after the touchback, the teams will switch sides here. We've got the offense coming online for the St. Francis de Sales Knights.
Still in the first quarter.
41 seconds. We'll run one or two plays here, and then they'll swap the ends of the field. Kamuri Collins Walker is the freshman quarterback, wearing number 15. Here's a snap, give to the tailback, looking for some room. That's Beal. Great pursuit by Doug Henry, finally getting him down for no gain.
Yeah, what's helped Beal so far in this game is he's one cut and he goes. Yeah. He was 2-3 cuts there, and you can't do that. This Saints team has great defensive speed as well.
Yeah, they surely do. 11 gold helmets to the ball all the time, so no gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10. Will they run one here or let the clock tick away?
I bet they let her go.
They're going to let her go. That's going to give us a chance to take a little 1-minute break. So when we come back, folks, second quarter action. 3-3, we're all knotted up, getting ready for 12 more minutes of ball. You're watching Saints football on the Saints Sports Network.
Welcome to Air X-Ray, your best solution for indoor air quality. Start protecting your home with our interior and exterior waterproofing services for basements and crawl spaces. Prevent moisture, mold, and flooding, all while improving the air quality in your home. Visit airxray.com or call us at 260-407-1022 for a healthier home today.
At Buchanan, your career moves with purpose. Start strong with a position in sales, admin, accounting, operations, or as a truck driver or mechanic. We recognize when you go above and beyond. That's why we offer competitive benefits, health coverage, and retirement plans. We provide the training and support you need to succeed. Community isn't just a value at Buchanan, it's an action. So if you're looking for more than a job and you want a career that grows with you, then discover the Buchanan Advantage.
We are back to live action, ladies and gentlemen, to start the second quarter. The Knights with the ball, facing a 2nd and 10. Moving left to right on your radio down there. A little low snap, give to Beal again. Knifes his way through that line with a gain of about 5 out to the 25-yard line.
3rd and 5, big down right here, Sean.
You bet it is. That's right.
This is only the 2nd third down that St. Francis has faced all night.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been moving the chains on 1st and 2nd down.
Okay, let's see what the Saints defense can do here on this critical 3rd and 5. From their own 25, here come the Knights. Blitz comes. It's picked up. He's still got pressure. Throws it to the flats. He gets out of a tackle at the 40, the 45, and finally pushed out of bounds near the 49-yard line. So a great conversion that time by the Knights to get out of that pressure and find an open receiver. That was number 11 on the catch, Jaden Houston.
Flag on the far side of the field.
There is a flag near the 45-yard line of the Knights.
Sideline warning, maybe?
Might be. They keep the ball at the Saints' 49-yard line.
Fence.
That was a sideline warning.
Yeah, okay. Missed the call. Sorry about that. Okay, so the play stands. First down gained by the Knights. They move it to Dwenger territory at the 49-yard line to start this second quarter.
Remember, this is a St. Francis team that scored 64 points in the first half last week.
Right. Man in motion. They give it to him. Jet sweep. Great penetration there. He swarmed over and stuffed. Big tackle for loss by the Saints.
That is Cooper Campbell.
Great job knifing through that offensive line to get in the backfield and stuff that jet sweep.
Cooper Campbell, he's another one of those young men last week. Sean had a fantastic game.
He did. Call that a loss of 5 on the play. Not what the Knights want. From the shotgun, he looks to throw. He's got pressure. He's wrapped up, and he goes down.
Big hit there by K.C. Piper. Big Andrew Tryon had him wrapped up, and Piper came flying in and cleaned it up.
I saw that big bear claw from Tryon come in and wrap him up with the right arm. And
looked like he put a blanket around him.
Finished him off. 2 tackles for loss in a row. That one a loss of 4.
Now, remember, I told you, Sean, what I saw on film is this offensive line, their feet start slowing down in the second quarter.
Right.
We're seeing it now. The defense is getting penetration. I think we're seeing a little fatigue hitting that big offensive line.
All right, so let's see. Twins right, twins left in a single setback. He looks to throw on 3rd and forever. He's hit when it's thrown. He's got a man near the 50 looking to make some moves. He's wrapped up and stopped just past the original line of scrimmage. So that's going to bring up a 4th and long now for the Knights.
Yeah, Ellinger applying the pressure. And the freshman quarterback under pressure found a wide open receiver.
I know, right?
Great job by that young man. Just a great job to stay in the pocket and deliver a great ball.
Kid's got skills, and he's tough to bring down. I mean, he's a beefy kid. We'll just put it that way. All right, on 4th and 8, Knights stay on the field. Trips package to the right. Quick outlet pass to the left. Beal's got it, looking to get out of tackles, and he can't. Initial hit was by Ellinger, and he's finally wrapped up and dumped. Was that Shefferly out there?
Looked like Shefferly, and Beal's helmet came off again. I mean, that's the 3rd time that guy's helmet come off. I don't know what's going on, John.
Yeah.
But Velcro, maybe? I mean, that's what old guys do when their shoes don't stay tied.
That's
they
right.
get Velcro. Maybe get some Velcro on that helmet.
Are you looking down at my shoes?
You're sporting the Scally, huh? I got the Scallies and the Skechers.
It's Scally
It's
night.
a good look for me.
That's it. You bet. We'll have another Scally wearer with us during our halftime presentation. Hopefully, if you wore it. 1st and 10 coming up for the Saints after a tremendous defensive stand for the Saints as well. Here comes Henry Jordan and company. Gus Tippmann in motion. They get back to Gus on the wheel route outside. Looks to turn it up. He gets past the 50. Nice little gain there of about 4, maybe 5.
Man-to-man defense there. So when you saw Gus go in motion, you saw number 4 running with him. And then when Gus stopped, came back, it's just a nice little well-designed play there by Coach Russell. Picked up almost 5 yards on first down. That is the most yards the Saints have scored on first down tonight, Sean.
Wow.
Or have gotten on first down.
Working off the left hash mark. Beckham in motion.
Here comes the blitz.
Yep. Here's a handoff. Ellinger can't get far. He was already down. Side judge saw it.
Yeah, Sean, they love that double A gap blitz. I don't know if we can get that on a replay, but you'll see those 2 inside linebackers just shoot right through the middle, and they do that a lot.
Mark the ball at the 48. We'll officially call that a gain of 1. Brings up 3rd and manageable for the Saints. Shadows getting much longer here now at Shields Field. Lights are on. On 3rd and 5. Night show blitz. Wheel route behind him and incomplete.
Nothing there.
That's a bad throw. Yeah, unfortunately, they couldn't do anything with it. That's going to bring up a 4th and 5 near the midfield stripe, and I believe the punt team is coming on for the Saints.
It is. Yeah, we just ran that play on first down and had success, so they had seen it. They were ready for it there, and nothing going.
Okay, so the Saints line up for the punt formation. Lucas Wynn, number 1. Yeah, I think their receiver's up a little too far, in my opinion. But let's see what happens here.
Oh,
it's a high snap. High snap by Diepenbrock. Here is the punt. It's away, angling outside.
Are you kidding me?
Takes a great Saints bounce inside the 20.
Why did he grab that?
Yeah.
Diepenbrock grabbed it instead of letting it roll out.
Well,
either way,
yeah.
Great punt.
Hey, great punt. They
Lucas
got it at the 11-yard line. So we'll call that a victory for the punt team right there, pinning the Knights back deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Lucas Wynn, what a heads-up play there to get that kick off.
Yeah.
I think left-footed even.
Well, and really a out-of-character snap.
Yeah, Diepenbrock's at D1.
He's a machine.
D1 long snapper.
Yeah. All right. Well, here come the Knights again on offense. Led by number 15, that's Collins Walker, the freshman quarterback. Piorelli's in the backfield with him. In the slot is Beal. He's now in motion. Here's a snap. Give to him. Looking for some room around the edge. He's wrapped up, going nowhere.
Campbell.
Another tackle for loss by the Saints.
I think St. Francis is now seeing that team speed on Dwenger, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had their success in that first quarter just running Beal right up the middle, right? The counters, up the middle, the quick hitters, one cut go. Now they're trying to get to the edges, and they're not having any luck.
There.
Cooper Campbell doing a fantastic job over there on the far side.
Linebacker core is much too steely and fast.
Steely, I like that.
I like that. I knew you would. Loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13 now. From the shotgun, inside of zone 5. Here's the snap. Get to the first man through. They try it up the middle again. A little more success that time. He had some room to run. They trap really well up front, Joe.
They do. Pillarelli there on a nice run. Brings up 3rd and long.
Call that 3rd 7.5, 3rd and 8 for the Knights. Working off their left hash mark. Walker brings the play back in. Play action, throws it. Slant is there and
short.
Caught, but he is short. Right at the 20.
Thrown to Houston. That's
Yep.
his guy, right? Short decision time for Coach.
You know, if he was able to stretch on that and actually lead the receiver, they might have it. But
here we go.
They're going for it on fourth
Hurry
and a
up.
long one.
I'd give it to Beal or hard count it.
They tried the hard
they
count.
did it, and it worked.
They did it. Unbelievable. Oh, they got the Saints on a hard count.
Unbelievable.
Offsides defense. That'll move the chains. Wait for the official's call, but we all know what it is.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment. Defense. Result of the penalty is first down.
Okay, so first real disappointment for the Saints defense there, as they move the ball up to the 25-yard line and put a 1 on the down marker. Hats off to tonight. That was a heads-up play by their offense right there. Saints show pressure. Here's another quick screen, and he's got him on the slant. That'll be enough for the first down. Again, Jaden Houston, we've talked about him all night so far. He's there for his quarterback, and they move the chains again.
Carter Zen on the stop for the Saints.
Gain of about 13 that time for the Knights. Here's a give to Beal, winding his way through the line, finds about 4 yards, and that's about it.
Ellinger on the stop. Great stop there by Houston Ellinger, number 23. And he comes up hobbling.
Oh, boy.
You hate to see that.
Darn right. Wonder if he might have aggravated a previous injury.
Right.
Oh, boy. Gain of 4 for the Knights as Ellinger comes out. On 2nd and 6. Again, give to Beal. Nothing there. He just,
Shefferly.
Yeah, ran into a wall. Not much there at all.
Beautiful.
That's going to be another tackle for loss for the Saints. Back to the 40-yard line.
3rd and 8 again.
Yeah, and again, the Knights are facing a 3rd and long situation here as Beal walks off the field.
He has not been able to get going since that early on, those first couple drives.
Yeah. And he's actually going to sit on the bench. Wow. Okay.
Well, his helmet stayed on. That's a good thing.
There's that. 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Knights. Can they convert? Twins right, twins left. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming through the middle. He airs it out deep. He's got double coverage. Oh, just nearly picked off, but tremendous defense that time by the Saints.
That is George. Is that Zent or George Hackman? George Hackman, the junior corner, with an outstanding athletic play.
He couldn't pick it, but he surely could knock it down. So great job that time by the Saints defense to come up once again and put a knife in this drive for the Knights. On to punt is Drew Puckett. Back deep, Joe. I'm trying to get that's not Gus.
That looks like Russell.
Beckham Russell. Here's a snap. Punts this away under pressure. Beckham Russell gets it near the 16, just goes to the sideline and gets out of bounds near the 20. So the defense holds, and the offense comes back out onto the field for the Saints. 3:47 to go here in the second quarter. This second quarter is moving along a little faster than the first one, Joe.
Indeed.
Maybe it had to do with that 10-minute delay where they're trying to figure out where to put the ball.
Trying to get the chain gang set.
Yeah.
It was a disaster.
It was a thing. It was a whole thing. Well, they officially mark it at the 19-yard line, and that's where Henry Russell and company will come in and take over. Henry Jordan, excuse me. Sorry. Pressure coming from the outside. He's looking to throw. He's got pressure. He rolls out of it. Still looking to throw. He's going to get hit and go down. Big-time sack that time from the backside for the Knights.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3. You got to throw right against
Yeah.
a defense that brings so much heat. It's there's just not time to stand back there.
It was Tyrell Lawrence on the sack for the Knights that time, and that is a big loss. Looks to be 6. So the Saints are playing behind the chains right now in the shadow of their own end zone.
When it's coming up on the 3-minute mark left in this first half.
Hate to give the ball back.
You would.
To the Knights at this point.
My point exactly.
Yeah. Considering the Saints will get the ball to start the second half. Got a man in motion now from the Saints. And we've got a whistle. Delay a game. They didn't get the ball off in time. So 5 more against the Saints. From the 14 down to the 9.
Offense, 5 yards, still second down.
Okay. Oh, wait. That's not the 9. Okay, ball resting in between the 8 and the 9-yard line for the Saints here. They'll replay the down, second down. Running the same play, man in motion. That's Gus Tippmann running around back there. Give to the setback. He'll plow forward for a gain of 2 out to the 11.
Boy, if I'm St. Francis, I'm thinking about calling a timeout.
You bet. But they only have 1 left. Remember that, Joe. They might need that if they're anticipating a punt here and a short field.
Yep.
They'd still.
I would call it after this play. If
exactly.
the Saints run a play, you call it here and save yourself 2 minutes.
Yep.
They're not necessarily a great passing team, right, with the freshman quarterback. I mean, they're okay.
Sure.
But I'd be curious to see how their 2-minute drill looks. They obviously haven't had to run it.
Jordan scrambling in his own end zone, fires and incomplete. Just threw that one to get rid of it. And that's going to do it for this drive that stops the clock with 2:08 to go with the incomplete pass. And the punt team's going to have to come on. Now, this is where it gets dangerous because the Knights will end up with a short field situation with lots of time on the clock and one timeout. Yeah. So the defense is going to have to come up big once again for the Saints. But first they need to get a good punt away. And they do. High spiraling kick. Oh, and it's going to take a Knights bounce and get touched up near the 43-yard line of the Saints. So again, we talked about it, and there it is, the short field. They'll mark it at the 42.
Short field, 2 minutes. 1 timeout. See if the defense has another stop in them. I believe they do, Sean.
I think they do.
Five-yard penalty this time. First down.
So the Knights, on their second sideline warning, gets penalized for 5 yards. That helps the Saints' cause for sure. We'll place it at the 47. Walker will be in the shotgun. Piarelli will be behind him. Man in motion is Beal. Play action. He's looking to go deep. He's got pressure. Flag on the play. He's hammered back at the 45, driven back to about the 42. Great job, and Ellinger again comes up hobbled.
Casey Piper in on that stop as well, along with, looks like Dowdge.
So I think the Saints are going to decline this hold and just take the sack.
Exactly
why,
right.
Why
That's
give
what they
them the
should
first
do.
down again?
That's exactly what they should do.
Looks like they're marking it at the 45.
Holding. Offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Still first down.
That I don't understand, Joe. Am I missing something here?
No, it looked to be about a 9-yard sack. Okay.
Okay, so they put the ball at the 43-yard line. So the penalty gains them roughly 2 yards is what it does. But again, it gives it to them with a first down with 1:49 to go here in the first half. Here's a snap, play action, quick screen. That's Beal looking for some room, finding some room, spinning. It's still on his feet past the midfield stripe and finally
helmet
taken
came
down.
off again.
Yeah, they got to do something about that. And there comes a late flag. Okay, so forward progress after the pass looks to be about the Saints' 49-yard line. There was a big scrum, a lot of helmets in there at the tackle. And again, his helmet came flying off again during the scrum. This is going to be a personal foul against the Saints. Here comes the call.
After the play, dead ball foul, personal foul, defense, 15 yards, going to be first down.
Well, just when you think the big sack or the previous penalty bodes well for the Saints, another mistake on defense here, and the Knights continue to threaten. First and 10 from the Saints' 34-yard line. Tight trips package to the left side. Give to Piarelli through the line. He's got some room. He's got 8. He's going to have close to 10 before he wipes out the chain gang there on the far side of the field.
Yeah, one of the chain gang guys went down. He's up.
He's all right?
I think so. I don't know if he's all right, but he's up.
He's up. So gain of nearly 10. Let's see what they call here. Looks like it might be just shy of the first down marker, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 1. So they need to flip that down marker. Here's a snap. This time give to Beal. He spins out of one tackle, cannot spin out of another. Taken down with a little tackle for loss.
Seckel on the stop for the Saints. 113, 112. Here we go. Still have a timeout in their pocket.
Joe, it should be third down, should it not?
Should be third.
It is third down, yeah.
Those chain guys, they got it right.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, very good. Third and a long one, maybe 2 now for the Knights. Here's a snap. Looks to throw. He's going deep. Left side into the end zone. Oh, and no good. Incomplete, and a flag comes out. That may be offensive pass interference.
Well, they were mixed up together, but whose arms extended, I guess, is the question.
And I think that receiver, number 11, Jaden Houston, extended his arms. Let's see if we can grab that on the replay. Brian's queuing it up right now. Here comes your Air X-ray replay right now.
That's on defense.
They did call that against the defense, and the crowd let them know. Wow, that's interesting. No, from the spot of the foul, or from. Let's see where they actually put this rascal. They'll put it down to the 13-yard line, and now the Knights are really looking good. 50 seconds to go. Still has a timeout, and they'll wait to reset the chains. First and 10 from the 13. Yeah. Saints show pressure, give to Piarelli in the middle, and he is swarmed over almost immediately, falling forward near the 10-yard line. So he will have a gain of about 3 on his hands, bringing up a 2nd and 7. Now the question, when do you call your timeout, is the question. Down to 33 seconds. They're going to try and get a play off quickly here. On 2nd and 7. Here's a snap, looking to throw, looking, firing into the end zone. Caught and touchdown. Had a defender fall down in the back of the end zone, and the Knights capitalize with a strike to Jaden Houston. We'll take a look at that air x-ray replay right now as the Knights set up for the PAT. See some pretty good protection there, Joan. Yeah, it looks like a defender just fell down in the backfield.
That's exactly
back
what
in the
happened.
end zone. Man, that's tough. Okay, so 6 more points on the board for the Knights in the waning seconds of the first half. Puckett comes in to chip this one in. Low snap. Kick is blocked. No good. No good.
31 for the Saints gets that. That's Max Stefanik. Maxwell Stefanik comes off the edge and blocks the PAT. That's helpful.
Yeah, that helps a great deal. Great heads-up play that time by the Saints special teams showing up big. So the score is 9-3. We'll step out for a 30-second break. When we come back, it'll be the end of the first half. Stick around, folks. This is Bishop Dwenger football on the Saints Sports Network.
Friday nights in Fort Wayne mean one thing: Bishop Dwenger football.
Just like the Saints bring passion and dedication to the field, we bring the same to helping our customers find the perfect ride.
At Glenmark Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we believe in building champions on the field, in the classroom, and on the road.
Built on tradition, fueled by determination, a community united in spirit.
So Bishop Dwenger, whether you're looking for a new car or to get your vehicle tuned up, you can always check us out on Coliseum Boulevard under the giant American flag, or always online at Glenmark Dodge.
And we are back live here at Shields Field, where the Knights from St. Francis de Sales has just capitalized on some pretty keen mistakes, actually, by the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and the score is now 9-3. Saving grace that time was the blocked PAT at the end of the drive. So while the Knights are celebrating, they're not celebrating 100% right now. So, and I think they realize they're in a dogfight, Joe.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been in one this year anyway.
Darn right. Puckett will launch this one from the center of the field at the 40-yard line. High end-over-end kick into the end zone. And that'll be a touchback for the Saints. Anticipation of just taking a knee and heading into the locker room at this point. But I'm not a coach, so what do I know?
Well, you and I agree, Sean. That's what I would do. You get the ball to start the second half. Don't take any unnecessary chances down here.
Right. Cover it up, freshen up, get the ice out, and let's talk about the second half. That's what I would do. So Saints come up to the line with 20 seconds remaining. Victory formation as Jordan takes a knee. And that should do it for our first half of action, ladies and gentlemen, as they let the clock wind down. 9-3 is your halftime score. But please stay with us. We've got a tremendous halftime presentation coming up for you. Some scores from around the area with John Kelty. Got a special halftime interview coming up as well. So stick around, folks. We're back in 1 minute. And you are watching Bishop Dwenger football on the Saints Sports Network.
At the University of St. Francis, we believe everyone's made for greatness. Here, students are inspired to reach higher, academically, personally, and spiritually. We're not just shaping minds, we're forming servant leaders with purpose and heart. Rooted in faith and tradition, we prepare students to live lives of virtue, service, and joy. This is where faith meets reason, and where students discover who they're truly called to be. Discover greater.
Tippmann Group is a family-owned business that's proud to call Fort Wayne home. We build cold storage facilities all around the United States, run one of the largest cold storage companies in the nation, and lease office space in Fort Wayne, like inside the Lincoln Tower.
Hi, I'm John Tippmann, president of Tippmann Group, and our family has been part of the Bishop Dwenger family for many years. We are a proud supporter of Dwenger Athletics. Go Saints.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's halftime here at Shields Field. Alongside Joe Wharton, I'm Sean McBride. 9-3 is your score. The Knights from St. Francis de Sales are on top of the Bishop Dwenger Saints in a hard-fought first-half struggle. But it's halftime now. Both teams are in there taking a break, getting a splash, and talking about what to do in the second half. So from the press box, we are honored to be joined.
Okay.
I don't know how I can hype this enough is what I'm trying to do here. All right.
Did my assistant did all the information?
Oh, we've got the bio. We got your credit score too, Kevin. Okay, just so you know. We're happy to be joined by the chairman of the board of the newly formed Saints Gridiron Foundation, and he wants to talk about what this means to not only this team but generations of Saints to come. One Mr. Kevin Burns, local legend here in Fort Wayne, former broadcast partner from the Saints Sports Network, and a dear friend of Joe's Nars. So, Kevin, can't thank you enough for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Sean. It's a pleasure. I love being back up in the booth here. Brings back some good memories, for
Love
sure.
to have you as well. So, hey, Saints Gridiron Foundation, this is something new. We've kind of talked about it, pushed about it a little bit, but I think it's a very exciting initiative with a tremendous mission statement. Tell us in your own words where you're at with this and what we're trying to accomplish through the foundation.
Yeah, I think that it's a pleasure and an honor actually to be on the board for Saints Gridiron Foundation, and a gentleman by the name of Shane Arugio really has led this crew into, putting together an organization that I think has some great value, and we got some great goals to achieve here. And so we got three main goals, Sean, and one of them is to, attract future Saints, starting from, all the way down to youth football. And if there's a kid that wants to wear the gold helmet, we want to make sure that they have that opportunity to wear the gold helmet and bring those traditions and those values and all that all the way down to the youth sports level. So one is to attract future Saints for sure. Keep the pipeline coming, whatever that is, financial support, organizational support. The second thing is to keep this program at an elite level. The landscape of high school sports has changed so much over the period of the years, and so this organization wants to make sure that this football team, this program, whatever they need, that if it's happens to be part of operations, if it's financial, whatever it is, that they have an outlet to go and go to a community to get those resources. So it's to keep that elite program, and it's really about bridging the gap, right, from traditions from the 1960s, right, all the way to 2025, and making sure those traditions are continued at an elite level.
Fantastic.
And then lastly, thirdly, is the alumni engagement. When you think, Sean, of the number of football alumni that we have, it's in the hundreds, and to be able to keep them and bond them together and have something that might bring them all together, it's pretty special. So those are the three core values that we have. Not-for-profit organization, and we cannot wait to have our next event. I know you were at the first event, and you get a bunch of people that love Dwenger football. I mean, can you have a better time talking about stories and things? It was awesome.
It truly was.
Can't wait to get this thing going.
You bet. So for folks that are looking to help or looking to join the foundation, the bar is low. The bar is wanting to help, right? I mean, that's the bar.
Is.
So in talking with Shane and being at that meeting, I know we are looking for anyone that has, worn the gold helmet or touched the gold helmet or loves somebody in a gold helmet to make a donation to be a part of this foundation, right?
Yeah,
and it's not a lot.
It is not. Absolutely. I mean, we do have a website, Saints Gridiron Foundation, and what we're looking for is $5 a month. That's it, $5 a month. If we can get as many as we can, giving $5 a month over a period of time, we'll be able to keep and keep this foundation going and provide Dwenger football with the resources that it needs. So you don't have to be a Dwenger football alumni. You can be a Dwenger fan. I know my dad, he's going to turn 90 here in September, and he was asking, how do I give $5? So
maybe he could give a big upfront donation.
Right. So it's exciting. You don't have to give a lot. But everybody has the same goal. We just want to keep this program at an elite level.
Absolutely. And, Joe, you've laid a lot of the groundwork for this foundation as well. But when we talk about the challenges in high school football, it's everything from technology. It's everything from equipment to resources to making sure that these little shavers out there know that if you want to be a part of it, there's a way.
Yeah, and really, you're right, Sean, and it's outreach, right? That's a big part of it is outreach, because now these kids that are playing football in these leagues and these kids that have some talent, they're getting pulled in a lot of different directions.
Sure.
And maybe for the wrong reasons. And it's more than football, right, Kevin? And we know that. Shane Arugio knows that.
Yeah.
It's more than football. It's about your education. It's about the discipline. It's about being educated in a Christ-centered environment at Bishop Dwenger High School.
Yeah.
But these kids are being pulled for football reasons.
Right.
We're trying to outreach, and we're trying to say it's more than football. We've got that here, but we've got so much more.
Yeah.
And to be able to put people and boots on the ground and get to these games and get to these tournaments and see these kids and talk to them, and if they're not aware of Dwenger and they don't know anything about Dwenger, sit down with them and their parents and let them have it.
Yeah.
This is what we're about.
That's right.
This is why you should attend Bishop Dwenger High School, and you won't regret it. And so it's outreach. A lot of it's outreach.
It is. And, Kevin, you can talk about this as well, is that, here at Dwenger, football is a means to an end. It's not about just football. It's about what football does for you as a man when done properly.
Well, 100%. I mean, this is a hard sport.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do it, and we've always talked about building the man, and how you become an eighth grader, and then you become a freshman, and then you learn, and by a senior, how much that leadership and how you've developed into not just a football player, but a man of the community. And we all know this, I played in the 80s, so we want to keep those same traditions, the same stuff, keep it going for future generations. And I hope my grandchildren, I hope that if I have a grandson, I'm lucky to have one that plays Bishop Dwenger football. I want him to have that same tradition and that same elite program that we do today.
And it brings me chills. You're sitting around, it's Christmas time, and hey, Grandpa, Remember when you were on the bus and the helmet snap? Yeah, I remember that, grandson. Absolutely. Hey, what about so there's just such a bonding experience through the generations right there, and what a great thing to know that somebody can be a part of that for just $5 a month. I mean,
$5 a month.
It's a great thing.
That's $1 for every state championship the Saints have. It's $1 for.
That's how we came up with it. That's how Joe came up with it. I loved it. You know what? It's maybe goes up to 6 or 7 here in the next couple of years.
Darn right. No, that's great stuff. Yeah. But how are things? Everything good with you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Couldn't be happier.
Super.
And
how's that lovely bride of yours?
She's awesome. She's enjoying retirement.
Yes.
But
we miss her. Let her know that. Yeah.
And can I take the opportunity, Sean, that the 2015 state championship, it's their 10-year reunion, and we'll be acknowledging that team at halftime of the Snyder game, which is, I believe, Friday, October 10th. So if you're listening and you were part of that 2015, we'll have a tent here. You might be able to attend chapel, but you'll get announced at halftime. So
awesome.
2015 state championship team.
Love it. Good stuff. Well, Kevin, I can't thank you enough for being with us tonight. Time is running short, and we got to talk to Coach before, when he comes out of the gate from halftime. But always a pleasure. The website, again, Saints
Gridiron Foundation.
.com.
Yep.
Okay. Or .org, probably.
Probably. Yeah, you would know better than me, Sean.
Okay, all right.
That.
We'll figure it out.
All
but
right.
yeah, Saints
Thank
Gridiron.
You guys
Thank you so
very
much, Kevin
Go
Burns.
Saints.
That's right. All right, folks, we're going to step out for a little 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll talk about the first half, look forward to the second half, and talk to Coach as he comes out of the halftime break. So we're back in 1 minute. You are watching Bishop Dwenger football on the Saints Sports Network.
Salvatore's Authentic Italian Eatery was voted Reader's Choice for Best Italian Restaurant and Best Overall Restaurant. Family owned and operated with 6 locations across northern Indiana, Salvatore's features quality food and remarkable service in a family-friendly atmosphere. Salvatore's, our family serving yours.
Life together is a beautiful and unique journey. From unforgettable moments to sharing an everlasting love. Create a one-of-a-kind ring that captures your story at Peter Franklin Jewelers.
And we are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being with us. We're rolling through our halftime presentation here. It is the Knights 9, the Bishop Dwenger Saints 3 at this point. And we're going to go ahead and send things down to our halftime reporter, John Grasshopper Kelty. John, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Sean. A few scores from around the area. Huntington North up 20-6 on Northrop. Center Grove leading Carroll 14-7. East Noble up at halftime 13-7 on the Snyder Panthers. Northside up 19-10 on New Haven. And Leo leading Angola 14-6.
All right.
John, one more time for me. I wasn't listening. Start from the top.
I can't if you want.
Give it to me again.
Run it down again, John.
Huntington North leading Northrop 20-6.
Wow.
Center Grove up 14-7 to Carroll. East Noble up 13-7 on Snyder. Northside leading New Haven 19-10. And Leo leading Angola 14-6. And I'm on the hunt for that Homestead Noblesville score.
All right. Good stuff, John. Thanks very much. We're going to check in with John as soon as the coaches come out and see if we can get the words of Coach Garrett as he exits the locker room as well. So stay frosty with us, John, and just let us know when you're ready. But, Joe, what do you have for us?
Well, let's run down first half numbers, Sean.
Yeah.
Total yards, Toledo in the first half, 186. 65 rushing, 121 passing. Their freshman quarterback was 9-12 for, again, 121 yards. Bishop Dwenger, total yards of offense, 44. 12 rushing yards, 32 passing yards. Henry Jordan, 3 of 9 for 32 yards. Penalties, Bishop Dwenger, 4 for 37. And St. Francis had 3 penalties in the first half for 30 yards. Third down conversions, the Saints converted 2 out of 6. And St. Francis converted only 2 out of 12 on third down. So those are your halftime stats. Again, total yardage in the first half. Toledo, St. Francis to Sales 186. Your Saints 44. So they got some work to do on O. Keep the defense off the field, keep them fresh, and then turn them loose.
There we go. Well, folks, just a couple notes here from our beloved sponsors. One of them, of course, this brand new this year, and we are so thrilled to have them, Peter Franklin Jewelers. Big wins, bigger moments. When the moments matter, it's Peter Franklin Jewelers. Always happy to have new and exciting sponsors with us each and every year. And, Joe, apparently you can get a free earring there for you. If you
a free one.
Yeah, just one.
Buy one, get one free.
What do you got?
Sean, it looks like Greg Gale, our buddy and classmate, has texted me here.
Yeah.
Noblesville over Homestead right now, 10-6.
Wow.
10-6.
Okay.
There you have it. So Grasshopper we've got resources up here.
Yeah.
Grasshopper doesn't have.
And again, just checking in with one of another resources, another Dwenger legend, Devin McBride. It's saintsgridiron.com. That's where you want to go to help out the Saints football program there. So
saintsgridiron.com.
saintsgridiron.com. So the Saints have made it back out on the field. There's coaches emerging from the sidelines, and it sounds like we've got John Kelty. Go ahead, John. What do you got?
All right, Coach. What's the message to the team at halftime?
Oh, we just got to stay the course. You know, a few penalties there. Good adjustments at halftime. I think, fast. They're fast, physical. I think we just got to make some adjustments, which we talked about, settle our guys down. Not for lack of effort, but minimize the penalties, obviously. winning the turnover battle. We got to get another turnover. This opening drive is always crucial, so we're ready to go on that.
You just hit it. Offense gets the ball to start the second half. What are we looking for from this offense?
Well, we made some adjustments. Hopefully we can continue to hit the zone, and then, they're running man and they're rolling cover 3 on certain sets. So we observed that. We're going to see if we can hit something on them.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Right, good luck.
All right, John, good stuff there. Thanks very much for bringing us the words of Coach Garrett there. A question remains, again, for the second half, and we'll put John on this as well, not to get too nosy, but the status of Houston Ellinger, see if he's good for the second half, if they were able to ice him down, if he's feeling good. We see him out there near the 50 stretching right now. Looks to be okay. He's still in uniform and walking it out. So it'll be interesting to see if we see him back on the field again or not. All signs say yes, and we are hopeful. It's good to see Kevin, wasn't it?
It was. It's always a good interview. He's doing great work. There's such a great group of men that have come together that care dearly about Saints football, right?
Yeah.
And they're all putting their efforts in, and it's divide and conquer, and everybody's taking jobs and doing things, and it really is guys working together for a common goal. And that's a goal for these kids. Like Kevin said, the young kids, right?
Yeah.
Get them here. Get them in a gold helmet. Let them experience everything Bishop Dwenger has to offer. And it's really a good group.
No, it's exciting, very exciting. It's good to, you talked about Greg. We got another text as well during the broadcast. Our former Associate Executive Assistant Producer for Redeemer Radio Sports, Mr. Nick Gray, was tuning in tonight as well.
Oh, that's good to hear. He still has got the longest title of anybody I've ever heard. Give it to him one more time. Tell him what Nick was.
The Associate Executive Assistant Producer, Redeemer Radio Sports.
Which means what?
He's a volunteer. That's it, right there. Yeah. But he got into Applebee's for free, okay? He just walked right in and order.
He'd wear that Redeemer Radio shirt in.
Yeah. He's a rock star. Yeah. Okay, very good. So we are getting ready to kick things off here. Got a minute and a half left to go in the first half. And, again, listening to Coach, I don't know if I could have said anything different. Cleaning things up, better execution and making some adjustments. And I think the Saints will be right back in business. As you know, Joe, and we've talked about this for more than a decade, it's that first drive coming out of the locker room. That first drive in the second half absolutely sets a tone.
It does.
Yeah, and that's written in stone. So this is going to be an absolutely critical drive for the Saints as they come out of the tunnel and try and attack this Knights defense. So a lot of pressure on this opening drive to see what, in fact, they can do, how the adjustments have paid off, and what they can continue to do to battle this stout Knights defense.
Here we go.
We are close. Under 30 seconds to go, and we are looking good. Well, folks, Closet Concepts is a locally family-owned company offering storage solutions for over 30 years. They are proud supporters of our Catholic schools and Saints athletics. That's Closet Concepts. Proud Dwenger family. Three men back deep for the Saints. Gus Tippmann is one of them. I think Beckham Russell. And it looks like maybe O'Keefe. We'll find out. The lights are on, the skies are getting dark, and the temperatures are cooling off. A lot of guys in this box.
Yeah, smells like meat. Sweat. Meat sweats.
Sweat and Salvatore's. It's all good. Here's the kick. The second half is underway. Taken in the end zone. That'll be a touchback, which means Henry Jordan and company will come out starting at the 20-yard line. Again, the front five for Dwenger averaging 6'1", 254 pounds tackle to tackle. It's Trahan, Lewis Morris, Diepenbrock, Sheehan, and Noah Weimer. Henry Jordan wearing number 13. Senior checks in at 5'11", 180 pounds. Looks like A.J. Shefferly will be in the backfield with him. Trips package to the left side. Pressure coming. Shefferly looks for some room in the middle, plows forward for a gain of a couple, maybe a few. Second and 8 coming up for the Saints. Here's a snap again. Give to the single setback. Not much there at all. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Saints.
Yeah, the defense is just coming. They're bringing all the backers. There's no safety in the middle of the field. Everybody's up at the line of scrimmage. They're just playing these receivers, what we call cover 0, man on man, and they're going to take the runaway.
Stuff in the box.
They're going to make you beat them with the pass. They feel like their defensive backs are better than your receivers, and they're going to make you earn it.
We're going to find out right now. It's 3rd and 8. Obvious passing down for the Saints. Bringing a pro set with split backs. Here's a snap, play action, rolling, backside throw, over the middle, off the receiver's hands and incomplete. Almost had it, was right there. Beckham Russell was the intended receiver and just couldn't come up with it. So a 3 and out for the Saints, and the punt team comes on.
Well, and you talked about how important that first drive was, and a 3 and out for the Saints is not good. Expect St. Francis to get the ball in very good field position to have their first drive of this second half.
The speedster Piarelli is back for the Knights. Wearing number 2 near the midfield stripe. Perfect snap. Wynn gets a kick away. Angling to the far side, taking a Dwenger hop and trickling out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Well, Joe, we've got a couple of weeks off after this.
We do. We'll only do home games, you and I. So we'll have a couple weeks off. We'll be able to sit at the house and
critique the other team's broadcast team.
We do sometimes.
We do sometimes. Yeah, there's some active chatting going on during those games. So it's a lot of fun. But I think our next game is going to be here with Homestead, is it not?
Yeah, I believe you're right there, Sean.
That's homecoming, as I recall. So if you can make it out, we'd love to see you here in the stands. And if you can't, you can catch us right here on YouTube on the Saints Sports Network. Here's the Knights with a 1st and 10 at the 44. Looks like we might have some movement.
Yep, left guard moved early there. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Dead ball foul. False start. Offense. 5 yards. Still first down.
Push it back to the 39, and the Knights will reset. Whistle blows, the offense is ready. See a little defensive shift there, man in motion now. Fake it to him in the backfield. He spins out of one tackle, finding some north and south. And we'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, close to it, gain of 5 that time. And that was for number 2, Piarelli.
Looked like Sam Becker on the stop there for the Saints.
2nd and 10 now as they walk up to the line. And now we've got another whistle. Let's see what the stoppage is here.
Yep. Number 10 is having some equipment issues.
Wonder if his helmet
issues
is going to fly off. All right, so he is subbed out quickly as Ellinger goes out in coverage. Low snap, ball's on the ground. Ball is still clear.
Go.
It is open. Saints have it. Saints recover. All right.
J.C. Piper with the recovery.
Love to see it. See if we can get a replay on that one. Just really, things just did not go well for the Knights at all after that snap. And Dwenger pounces. What a great job by the defense here. We'll see it on an Air X-ray replay coming up right now.
Bad
From
snap.
the sideline. Yeah, it's a bad snap on the ground. Great pressure, keeping the ball alive. And who was that on the recovery, Joe?
K.C. Piper.
K.C. Piper. Love it. Offense is set up back on the field with a fresh set of downs and some new life. Let's see what they can do here on 1st and 10 from the Knights' 23-yard line. Here's a snap. He's got some time to throw. Airs it out. Going deep. He's got a man in motion, and it is caught. Touchdown, Saints. Beckham Russell.
Henry Jordan needed that. Beckham Russell needed that.
That's
the Saints offense needed that, Sean.
Darn right they did, and they got it. A 23-yard strike from Jordan to Russell, and the Saints are back in business. After the PAT, we'll see if we can get a good eye from Rick's camera on that replay. But what a great, tremendous execution here. Lucas Wynn lining up the PAT. Diepenbrock on the snap. It's good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. Saints lead 10-9 with 9:33 remaining here in the second half. Check that, third quarter. See if we can fire that replay and see what see how that looks. There,
One
Brian,
more time.
A 23-yard strike. He's got protection, steps into it.
Little wheel route.
Yeah, throws behind the defenders. Great job. Great execution that time. 10-9 is your score. Saints on top.
Sean, what I liked about that, we talked about it, when they're playing you man-to-man, you got to create openings. You got to rub routes. You got to cross receivers, and that's exactly what they did there. Cross receiver, and Beckham came behind the receiver. His defender got caught up in the mess. He was able to get down the sidelines, perfectly thrown ball by Henry Jordan, led him right into the end zone.
I was just going to say that. Jordan with the leading pass knew exactly where he was going to emerge from that scrum and nailed him right in the breadbasket.
You have to help your receivers get open when they're playing against athletes or maybe a little faster, a little quicker than them.
Yep.
Great play call.
Saints on top, 10-9. Lucas using the right hash mark this time from the 40. And the Saints faithful have come alive. Here's the kick. It's going to be a low one. Taken inside the 10. Looking for some blocking. He's got it out past the 20, close to the 25 before he's taken down. Don't see any flags on the play, so that's going to about call it good, I believe, at the 25-yard line. But the officials, is there a flag on the far side? Oh, there is. Okay. I wondered why they were huddling up. Let's see if we can get a listen here as to what the call is. Could be holding, maybe? Here comes the call from the white hat.
Unsportsmanlike. Receiving team, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Wow, okay. That's another big penalty against the Knights there. They were looking to set up at the 25, but not anymore. Should go back to about the 12, and that's where they put the ball. Okay, so the freshman quarterback, he's back out again. That is Walker, the true freshman. Here's a snap. Quick give, end around, hit in the backfield and dropped. Another tackle for loss for the Saints defense.
Looked like Shefferly, A.J. Shefferly over there on the stop for the Saints. That has not been a good play for St. Francis. They keep trying to get to that edge, Sean, and it's not there.
It's not there at all, yeah. Okay, so big tackle for loss of 5 there. Brings up 2nd and 15 now for the Knights. Scoreboard says 14. We'll go with 14. Here's a snap. Quick give. Nothing there again. Well, the defense is eating some lunch right now.
K.C. Piper's bringing the wood like a sledgehammer.
Wow. That's a tackle back at the 6-yard line. Let's see if we can see. That's another loss at 2, maybe. The market at the 6. Yeah, wow. Well, the Knights are officially facing a 3rd and forever at this point. Big down for the Knights. From the shotgun. They hand it off to him. He's stuffed immediately, darn near safety. Was that Shefferly? I think it was.
A.J. Shefferly.
Oh. Let's see if we can get a look at that again. I mean, they are.
Or Doug Henry. I can't tell. They look so much alike.
They do. The statues are exactly the same.
Pull your jerseys down so I can read your number.
But that the front 7 for the Saints is absolutely shredding the O-line at this point. So they are into punt. From the back of his end zone is the punter for
Puckett.
Puckett the punter for the Knights. High snap. He's got to jump to get it. He does get it away. Nice job that time. Saints with a fair catch called for at about the 44-yard line.
Love seeing those Saints catch punts, Sean. You know that.
Yeah, that's it. Don't let it go. Just catch it. Let's take a look at that sack again if we can, Brian. Yeah, absolutely. Just a tremendously athletic play. Just knife there almost at the transaction. Wouldn't let him go. That is number 9, A.J. Shefferly on that. Beautiful job. Saints defense coming up strong once again. Saints with a short field. 43 yards to go for pay dirt as Henry Jordan and company come back onto the field. Here's a snap. They keep it on the ground. That's Shefferly on the run. Little gap run there, pushing forward for a gain of about 3 down to the 40.
Big Andrew Tryon pulled from his left tackle position, pulled around and led over the right tackle, and Shefferly was right behind him for a modest gain of 3 yards.
Ten to 9 with just under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 2 wideouts to the right, split backs. Henry Jordan, give to Gus Tippin, trying the right side again, bowling his way forward, falling forward, and he'll get another couple yards.
2 yards. Here we go. 3rd and 5 for the Saints. 4 down territory.
Gotta be. Now we've got a timeout on the field. Oh, we've got an injured player down there. There's a Knight down on the carpet right now. So during this timeout, we're going to take a timeout as well. When we come back, more third quarter action. The Saints are facing a critical 3rd and long 5 at this point. Stick around, football fans. This is Bishop Dwenger Football on the Saints Sports Network.
Welcome to Air X-Ray, your best solution for indoor air quality. Start protecting your home with our interior and exterior waterproofing services for basements and crawl spaces. Prevent moisture, mold, and flooding, all while improving the air quality in your home. Visit airxray.com or call us at 260-407-1022 for a healthier home today.
Field, ladies and gentlemen, alongside Joe Wharton, I'm Sean McBride. 10 to 9 is your score here in third quarter action. And the Saints on defense look very, very strong. And now it's the time for the offense to come up big on this 3rd and very long 5, it seems, from the Knights' 38-yard line. Just a cramp on the Knights player that time. Pressure comes, they air it out, little wheel run, he's got the first down, and should be looking good to move the chain.
Moving the chains. This Saints offense has Riz right now.
That's
Positive aura.
That's it. There's a warm glow on that gold helmet right there as they move the chains, getting the ball down to the 30-yard line. Riz. What?
Riz. They've got Riz. Positive aura.
Trips package to the right. Single setback as Jordan looks over the defense. Blitz comes. It's picked up. He rolls to the right.
It's not there. Get rid of it. Good play.
Excellent
play by Henry Jordan. It wasn't there. Just throw it at the feet of one of your receivers and let's line up, play another down.
Stopping the clock at 5:54 here in the third quarter. Saints right now in the driver's seat, up by 1 with a short field in front of them. 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Going to place the ball at the left hash mark.
Michael Sheehan comes out, gets with the trainer. He's one of the offensive linemen. Looks like Moga has gone in. Number 61. Isaac Moga.
Night show
Here
blitz.
They come.
It's picked up. It's thrown out. He's got his outlet pass. He's looking. He spins up. He's got some more room. It's going to be close. He's going to be about a yard short, I believe, Joe.
Here we go. Yard short. What do you dial up now, Shawnee?
I'd do a heavy package. Keep it on the ground and trust my O-line. Or I'd do something else.
Or spread them out and throw it.
That's right, yeah.
One or the other.
4th and 1. That should read 4.
No, I think it's 3rd.
Oh, is it 3rd?
It is 3rd.
It is 3rd. My bad. Yeah. Okay.
So Shefferly in the backfield. They love the zone play here. Let's see if they run the zone. Here come those inside linebackers. Look at double A gap.
They're looking to shoot right through the middle.
So take the zone. You got to call timeout now.
Yeah.
Play clock was down. Had to call timeout.
It's a good spot to call a timeout. If you're not sure, burn the timeout. This is a critical down. So Saints are going to talk about it here on offense. We'll go ahead and keep things right here and talk about a couple more of our wonderful sponsors, including the University of St. Francis. Rooted in our Catholic identity and rich academic tradition, University of St. Francis prepares students for lives of virtue, service, and joy. Discover the great University of St. Francis, that's USF, right here in Fort Wayne. And they play some darn good football there, too, Joe.
You know they do.
They do. That's right. New coach this year, legendary Coach Donnelly, finally taking retirement. Place isn't going to be the same without him. All right, after this play, we'll send things down to John Kelty, our sideline reporter. Check in with him. Sounds like he might have something to add to the broadcast. Here come the Saints after the timeout. On 3rd and 1. Let's see how they line up here. Looks like
two backs in the backfield.
Yeah.
No, this is what I call the dog pound offense.
There
All the
it
dogs
is.
are in the backfield, and they're going to pound it at you.
Let's see what
Here
happens.
They go. Direct
Quarterback
snap.
keeps it. He's got the first down and more.
Little Wildcat. Ellinger takes the snap. He's surrounded by a bunch of dogs, and they just pound at you.
That's it. Love to see it.
The dog pound.
So the Saints move the chains inside the red zone, down to about the 17-yard line. Let's check in with John Kelty on the sidelines. John, what do you have for us?
Hey, Sean, I just had a Q area score updates. Northrop climbing back into it against Huntington North, down 18-20. Center Grove and Carroll back and forth 21-14, and East Noble up 19-7 on Snyder.
Thank you, John. That's great stuff. East Noble. Wow. Here's a snap on 1st and 10. Give to Shefferly. Not much there. He's going to go down after a gain of maybe inches or a yard if they even move the stick.
Great play there by number 50. That's Tyrell Lawrence. He's a junior defensive lineman for St. Francis. Just came from the outside and caught Shefferly before he could really get going.
That's it. Okay, 2nd down. Clock continues to tick. Saints break huddle. Shefferly in the backfield with Henry Jordan. Twins right, twins left. Here's a snap. Shefferly picks up the blitz. Pass into the corner. He's got it. And he's got it on the spin move. Look at that touchdown. Love to see it. Beckham Russell on the catch. Another score, a 17-yard strike from Jordan to Russell. 6 more points on the board.
Love it too much, Sean.
Love it too much. The lineup for the PAT. After the PAT, we're going to take a look at that one again. That was just a thing of beauty. Great individual effort by Beckham Russell to find the end zone. Lucas Wynn. The hold and snap are perfect. The kick is up, and it is good too. The Saints exert their strength right now, and it is 17-9. Let's see if we can see that Air X-ray replay, brother, and take a look at that touchdown pass. Here we see it. Good protection, picking it up, spins out of that tackle, and hits pay dirt. Love to see it.
Well, I love the timing there. Henry Jordan, sometimes he was thrown a little late and not there. He threw it as Beckham was cutting. The Beckham Russell turned, the ball was there. He makes one move, makes a defender miss, gets into the end zone. The Saints need this, all right? This is the momentum. They need some positive things to happen on offense. Really nice adjustments by the staff at halftime to figure out what they needed to do. And it feels pretty good right now.
And, and there's the thing, Joe, when your offense goes out and answers to your tremendous defensive play, especially guys going both ways, that momentum just carries through the entire team.
100% it does.
Everybody's all jacked up, ready to go.
And we're going to see what St. Francis is made of, right? They had a scrimmage against an opponent that wasn't very good, okay?
Yeah.
Their first game against Toledo Waite, 64 points in the first half or 69, whatever it was. Yeah. And they haven't been in a four-quarter game, haven't even been close.
That score tells you more about Waite than what it does
100%.
St. Francis.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so here we are. Let's see what St. Francis can do in the second half of a game when they're behind now by 8 points. And all the momentum is with the gold helmets.
Clearly in the Saints camp. That's it. Line shot for the kickoff going into the end zone. Wynn proves once again he is a tremendous weapon.
Well, and I love that, Sean, and you know that. I mean, special teams is a place where a team like St. Francis with their athletes can get the momentum back quickly.
Yes.
When you have a kicker that can put it in the end zone, it takes all that away.
That's right. Yep. No more holding your breath to see what your return man can do, right?
Right.
Yeah. Kamari Collins-Walker, the freshman quarterback, will lead the Knights out here shortly. His playmakers are Pillarelli, Eli Beal, and we've seen a lot of Jaden Houston, the receiver, tonight as well. So can they go back to that well and mount a drive? This Saint defense has been very stingy. On 1st and 10 from the 20. Here's a snap. Quick screen out to the other side. And he's caught in the backfield, but he spins out of it, gets some north-south room, and gets it out past the 30. Tremendous individual effort on the far side of the field.
Great effort. Yeah. Great effort over there. Should have been stopped for no gain.
Yeah.
Picks up a first down for St. Francis. So there's a little fight left in their dogs too, right?
That's right. Piper on the stop that time for the Saints. 1st and 10 from the 31. There's a snap. They keep it on the ground.
Stop.
He's hit in the backfield and stuffed. Nothing there.
That Piper again?
I think so.
15?
Yeah.
Putting together a great ball game.
Yeah, I think Ellinger might have been back there as well. But
good to see him back out.
Yeah. So big tackle for loss that time. We'll call that a loss of 3 by the Knights. Now they're facing a 2nd and 13. About the 28-yard line. Spread things out with a single setback. Shifting to the right side. Now a man in motion to the right as well. Throw backing left, looking for a blocker. He does have a blocker. He's open field at the 40, still on his feet, trying to get that other inch to get a first down. I think he's got it.
I think he does too, Sean. They're finding something over there on the far side, right, with those quick passes. And those linemen jump out there, right? You saw those giants?
Yes. Yeah, they flow.
Linemen flow out there to pick off the DBs.
Yep.
And they've picked up 10 yards, 10.5 yards each time they've done that.
Ball now resting at the 41, a 1st and 10 coming up. Just under 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. Saints looking to throw some pressure down there. Throw over the middle. It is caught. He's still on his feet. Breaks 2 tackles. He's off to the races.
He's gone.
The 30, the 20, the 15, the 10. He is in for a score. A tremendous 59-yard play thrown right over the middle. That was Jaden Houston, number 11, on the reception, and that puts him right back in it.
Will they chase the 2 points now? I think you should.
A lot of time left. Why not?
You have to tackle Houston. You
got
cannot
to.
arm tackle him.
No.
That guy is breaking every single arm tackle. What a ball player
right.
he is.
Yeah, he's got special skills. That's all there is to it. Very determined player. They keep the offense on the field and go for two. Man in motion to the right side. They flow right. They look to throw, and it is no good. No good. Defender got his paw on it. Number 10.
I couldn't see down there, Sean.
Yeah.
I bet Grasshopper was down there.
Should be if he wasn't.
Well, good sideline report. It would be down there where the action
He'd be
is.
right there on the scene. So the Saints defense does a great job. John, did you see who had a paw on that one?
Hey, Sean, I was making my way, weaving through the players. It was definitely tipped. I didn't see by who, but great play by the Dwenger defense.
It's going to affect his grades at the end of the night.
We'll debrief later, Grasshopper. That was, of course, number 10 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints on that, and that's Jackson Parrish.
There you go. He's a ball player, too.
He is. Absolutely right. So the Saints cling to a 2-point lead after getting scorched for a 59-yard play that time. And, yeah, let's take a look at it here on the Air X-ray replay. We've got the point after attempt as he flows to the right, makes the throw, but Parrish is right there, gets two hands up there and deflects the ball, making it impossible to catch. Great heads-up play that time by Parrish, and the Saints maintain their lead 17-15. St. Francis preparing to kick this one away with Puckett. Ball resting at the 40-yard line as he steps into it. And he kicks this one away. Taking it to the 2-yard line. It looks like Gus Tippmann, I believe, on the return takes it out to the 25. So a 23-yard return that time. Sets up the Saints with some decent field position there at the 25.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can get the momentum back.
That's right. It'd be great to see a first down or two. I'd love to see the Saints retain possession going into the fourth quarter. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Saints with a 1st and 10 from their own 25.
We got numbers here on the bottom, Sean.
Yeah. They keep it through the middle. I believe that's Shefferly on the carry.
We had 3 receivers down here on our side, bottom of the screen, and there was really only one defender out wide.
Mm-hmm.
More cramps.
Yeah, we've got another night on the carpet there. First one was cramps. He doesn't seem to be holding his leg right now, but probably a cramp. Oh, yeah.
And that's their big guy going to Rutgers, right? Jermaine Polk.
Polk plays left tackle and D-end.
Talking to our classmate before the game, KC, Coretta, right? That was her maiden name, and she came down. She works at St. Francis and said that Jermaine Polk, he's just a heck of a young man.
Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Well, good.
So we hope it's just cramps and he can get back in.
That's right. So Shefferly's carry amounted for a gain of about 2 there, brings up 2nd and 8 as Polk gets a splash and a rest. Here's a snap, play action.
There it is.
Quick flip out to the left side. Nice.
They saw it too, Sean.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, you betcha.
If you're not going to cover our receivers, we're going to flip it out to them.
Yeah, Beckham Russell that time on the catch. Moves the chains out to the 38-yard line. Check that, 37, excuse me. Another first down for the Saints with 1:28 to go as the clock continues to grind down here in the third quarter. So that's one first down. Let's get a couple more here, gents. On 1st and 10. Single setback. Henry Jordan from the shotgun. Looks to throw on first down. Quick throw in and out of the hands of his intended receiver.
Boy, maybe with Polk out of the game, maybe would you have a better chance of maybe running the ball with Polk out?
Yeah. It was Thomas Danis he was trying to reach there.
Looks like sophomore defensive lineman James Krebs came in, number 53 for Polk.
Yeah, run it right at him. Trips package to the right side this time, one wide left. From the shotgun. Here's a give through the middle, puts his head down, not much there. As, again, great penetration that time. That was Tyrell Lawrence, number 50, getting into the Saints' backfield.
Those ends are crashing so hard on that dive back. You'd like to see Henry Jordan pull one and just go around the end.
Sure.
Because everybody is collapsing on that dive back.
Yeah. No gain on the play, brings up 3rd and 10 for the Saints. Here's a snap. He's looking to throw. Goes to the right side, going deep. He's got a man in the seam and overthrown. He was going for Gus Tippmann out there and just couldn't make the connection. He had a little bit of a bubble out there. I'd say he was probably open, but the pass just wasn't there, hitting him in the numbers. So this drive is going to stall for the Saints and give it back to the Knights with 31 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Wow.
Lucas, high, long kick. No return on the schedule there for the Knights. Be interesting to see where they mark this, actually, as he walks it up north of the 30 to the 31-yard line. And that is where the Knights will take over. And again, we saw in this last drive, Joe, they've got big play capability.
Huh. Say that again.
They have big play capability. Well, we've talked about our sponsor all night with the replays. We can't say enough about Orabello's here. Air X-ray, leaks, drainage, radon. Air X-ray fixes them all. From waterproofing to ventilation, they keep water out and clean air in. Protect your home and your health with Air X-ray protection you can trust. On first down, he looks to throw. He's got a man in the flats. Oh, he is decleated near the 43-yard line.
Doug Henry.
Yeah, imagine that. Wow. Big hit that time, but the pass counts, and it's a completion for a first down.
Yeah, 11 was way too open, Sean.
Yeah.
Houston is their guy, right?
Yeah.
We said that in the pregame.
That's it.
There was nobody within 5 yards of
Yeah,
him.
always got to keep a hat on that kid. Trips package to the left side for the Knights on 1st and 10 near midfield. He looks to throw, guns it, and let's see, is that going to be a catch? It is as we end the third quarter. Number 10 on the reception that time for the Knights. That's Elliot Jagaleski. And he will take it down to about the 48-yard line, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. We're back in 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen, to start 12 more minutes of this game, and we'll call that the fourth quarter. You're watching Bishop Dwenger football on the Saints Sports Network.
What a beautiful day. He's so dirty. Call MJM Mechanical.
Dirty air conditioner? Clean it up with an MJM Mechanical AC tune-up. Lower utility bills, increase AC lifespan, and guarantee a breakdown-free season for only $89. Quality is not just something we say, it's in everything we do. So visit mjmfortwayne.com or call today.
Life together is a beautiful and unique journey. From unforgettable moments to sharing an everlasting love.
I'm back. Okay, folks, we are back. Sorry for that interruption, but it's time to play some more football. Here's a give again through the middle. This is where they found success early on in the game. And again, that one was good too as they crossed the midfield stripe into Dwenger territory, giving themselves another 1st and 10 at the Dwenger 45.
For a team that hasn't played 4 quarters, they're showing some real fight.
They're doing a good job of it. Here's again a give to Rocco, who's tripped up just before he was getting ready to break loose. That's going to be another gain of about 4 that time, maybe 5 down to the 40 with Piorelli on the carry. going to bring up 2nd and 5 now. Saints clinging to a 2-point lead. Shifts to the right, looks to the right, throws. Oof. Nearly picked.
Got it.
But that's a good catch. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Little stick route, and it pays off as they take it down inside the 35 to the 33.
Again to Houston.
Yeah. Knights are on a march.
This freshman can sling it. I'm
yeah,
just here
can.
to tell you.
That's all there is to it.
Been very accurate.
Yeah. Here's a give to Piarelli around the right side. He's got room. He's shifting. He spins and takes another great run for the Knights down close to the 20-yard line.
Flag on the play?
There is a flag on the play. Initial call looks to be maybe holding.
It is.
It is. All right, so that one's coming back. Well, good news for the Saints. Here comes the official call.
Hold. Holding. Offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Still first down.
All right. Put it back at the Dwenger 42. 1st and 20 now for the Knights. He looks to throw, steps into it, fires to the right side, and it is nearly picked and incomplete. Good double coverage that time by the Saints.
Well, yeah, 11, I think you have to almost, Sean.
Yeah.
Other than the quarterback there, Collins Walker, throwing to Elliot Jagelski, he's gone to 11 like
that's it
every time.
Every time.
I mean,
yeah.
Make somebody else beat you.
Right. Unless it's somebody out of the backfield on a wheel route or something like that. I mean, you've got to stick on that guy. That's all there is to it. 2nd and 20. Here's a snap. Looks to throw. Quick. No, he tucks it. He's got a problem. Ball's on the ground. Saints got it.
You bet they
Saints
do.
got it. Ooh.
Xavier Dowd's right there.
Dowd with a huge, huge play for the Saints right up front with a strip and a takeaway.
Central Catholic product, Xavier Dowd. You got that right.
Much.
Go Irish.
Go Irish. Love it. And here's your Air X-ray replay right now. Decides to tuck it and run, and it got stripped right there. Dowd with a heck of a play. Love to see it. So a huge momentum shift as the Knights were really building a long drive there, and Dowd with a big hammer to come in and snuff it out. 1st and 10. Here's Gus Tippmann in motion, going back out to the right side now, looking for that wheel route. They throw the seam pass, and it's incomplete.
Well, you had Danis flying down this near sideline here, had broken free.
Yeah.
So maybe guys upstairs will see that, and they'll come back to that here pretty soon.
Well, much like we talked about, Walker's favorite receiver.
Yeah.
It's obvious that Henry Jordan has a favorite receiver too.
11s are favorites tonight.
Yeah, that's right. So the incomplete pass brings up a 2nd and 10. Jordan in the shotgun, trips right. Snap, give to Shefferly through the middle, going to the left side, not much there, maybe a yard. It's going to bring up a 3rd and very long now for the Saints. Call it 3rd and 9. Even if they don't get a first down here, Lucas Wynn should be able to pin them deep, and they are going to have to take probably the entire 4th quarter to get a score in. But let's not hold to that hope. Let's just keep the ball and march down the field. Here's a snap. Looks to throw. He's got time. Throws. He's got a man, and it's tipped and incomplete that time. So the drive is going to stall, and the punt team comes on for the Saints.
Yeah, he was looking at Beckham the whole time.
Yeah. So on 4th and 9, the punt team comes out. And let's hope this weapon in the arsenal of Saints weapons can do his job and pin the Knights back deep. Ball is away, and it's a long one. And it's going to – oh, come on now. Come on. It's still live, and it's caught at the 1 yard line.
Wow, are you
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Lucas Wynn, and who's getting up from that? Let's see who that was.
That's 16?
Is it 16? It is 16 for the Bishop.
Well, you know who that is. That's Tommy Kaufman.
Kaufman, what a huge, absolutely huge play for
16,
the Bishop
18.
Saints.
What is it, Devin? Can you see 16 or 18? Tommy Kaufman.
We got the replay coming up right here. Wynn with a great punt. And look at the wheels on the Saints coming in there. Big knock. And down right at the 1 yard line. Boy, you couldn't script that any better, Joe.
Now, Dan Nepper, the defense coordinator of Saints, he'll get after him right now. They're pinning their ears back and they're coming. Look at that. Casey Piper's already at the line. He says, I'm coming, Jack.
Here's a snap. They give to Beal in the end zone. He just leaps out of the end zone. Just leaped out before he was tackled. Wow, that was close.
Special teams. There's three phases, Sean, in the game. Offense, defense, special teams. Todd Ellinger does a great job of special teams. I give him a hard time because a lot of times these guys don't catch punts. But tonight they've caught punts, and they've performed. They've done a great job.
That they have. So Beal, on sheer athletic ability, gets him a yard on that first down. Saints still showing pressure. He looks to throw. Picked off. It's picked off. Number 7. Touchdown. Saints. Pick 6. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful. That is your power play of the night. Brought to you by Powers Hamburgers. A huge pick 6 for number 7. Carter Zent.
You bet it's Carter Zent. You know, that quarterback number 15, a great freshman. He's been accurate all night. He makes one mistake, and he made a mistake at the wrong place.
That's it. Carter Zent with an acrobatic interception and a run back. Pick 6 in the books. The Saints are now on top and in command with 8:53 to go in the contest.
Special teams and now defense getting in.
That's
I
it.
love what I'm seeing here.
Lucas Wynn for the PAT. It's up and it's good. Mr. Automatic puts another point on the board. 24-15 is your score as the Saints stretch their lead to a 2-score margin. Stick around, football fans. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Bishop Dwenger Football on the Saints Sports Network.
Life together is a beautiful and unique journey. From unforgettable moments to sharing an everlasting love. Create a one-of-a-kind ring that captures your story at Peter Franklin Jewelers.
3 fumbles and an interception.
And a pick. Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, we are back, folks. We're just getting with our stats crew, and Joe, that's 4 on the night.
Yeah, four turnovers for the Saints defense, right? 3 fumble recoveries and an interception, and two of those turnovers have turned into 14 points for the Saints.
Carter Zent with the first pick 6 of the season. Let's take a look again. What do we have here? Oh, he's good.
Hey, but Sean, listen, special teams started that, right?
Darn right they did.
Special teams started that. Tommy Kaufman pinning it down deep.
Yeah.
And, wow.
Yeah. And Lucas giving him a good kick to work with. Man, that's a thing of beauty. Lucas Wynn with the kick. Long liner.
Yeah, it was offsides.
Yeah.
Those guys have been flirting with offsides a couple of times. I've watched them, but this time they called it on them.
So they're going to reset that, move him back 5, and do it again. That's what it looks like.
I won't blame that on Coach Ellinger.
Please don't. No. He still shakes my hand, Joe, so let's kind of keep it that way.
I just paid him a big compliment. I had to.
Well, while they reset, folks, let's talk about Glenbrook Automotive. Since the 70s, Glenbrook Automotive's commitment to customer service and community support has kept Fort Wayne running. Visit them under the giant American flag on Coliseum Boulevard. That's Glenbrook Automotive. So they move the ball back to the 30. Teed up, raring to go, thumbs up. There's the whistle. Lucas Wynn checks his comrades. We're looking good. Here we go. Another line shot
Love
into
that.
the end zone.
Love
No
that.
chance for return. Man, that's fantastic. Knights will come out their own 20-yard line. Now it comes down to, you got a pressure cooker situation right here, Joe. You're down by 2 scores. You got a freshman running your offense.
Let's talk about confidence.
Yeah.
What
absolutely.
did that do anything to the freshman's confidence?
Right.
Throwing that pick 6 down there. Let's see how he responds. As a quarterback, you got to have a short memory like a goldfish.
That's it.
Everybody knows that.
If it's longer than 30 seconds, I don't remember. Here he is. Quick give up the middle.
Doug Henry.
Doug Henry on the tackle. Gain of about, looks to be maybe 6 on that one. Depends on the spot. Eli Beal on the carry for the Knights. Call that a 2nd and long 4 coming up. And again, give out to the middle, bouncing it out to the side. Gets into the linebacker core before he's stopped near the stick, but he's going to be about a yard shy from the look of the officials. We'll mark it at the 29. He needs to get to the 30. Lots of time left here in the fourth quarter. 8 minutes to go. Big down. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Piper's up at the line. He's coming.
Here's a snap. Oh, ball's on the ground. Bad snap. Who's got it? Was that a turnover?
I think the quarterback grabbed it.
Okay. So that'll go into the books as a tackle for loss or no gain anyway. And that's going to bring up 4th and 1. Obviously, they're going to have to go for it here.
Right. They're down 2 scores.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Saint Nation, get up in them stands. Let's go. Let's hear it. Let's hear some noise.
They heard you next door.
That's exactly right. Here it is on 4th down. He rolls to the right. He's looking, fires across the middle. Oh! It was in his hands.
Cooper
just knocked
Campbell
down.
almost had a pick.
Yes. Oh, and the quarterback is down.
And so is 11. Houston's down.
Wow. I think the quarterback went down just out of sheer frustration and disappointment. Houston, he's hobbled. He is definitely hobbled. He's making a slow way back. Here's your air x-ray replay. As he's rolling to the right, kind of throwing straight downfield, nearly picked, could have been, but just dropped. That was Cooper Campbell that time, just knocking the ball away. So once again, Joe, the Saints defense, huh?
Man, they've played really well tonight.
Wow.
They've gave up one big play, right?
Yeah.
But they've played really strong. They've been hitting hard.
Yeah.
They've been relentless in their pursuit. Coach Nepper is going to be real happy with this group.
They
Coach
should.
Zolnick
Yeah.
helping them out. They're doing a great job.
Saints
You're already
back
in
on
field goal
offense.
range, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't mean to
for
cut
sure.
you off. You're already
No.
in field goal range, so don't get crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the dog pound offense.
That's it.
The dogs.
Here it is. Bouncing it outside. That's Houston Ellinger on the carry. He's got the edge, the 20, the 15, and runs out of bounds.
That's the dog pound, bro.
That's it. And he's cramping again. Poor kid. My gosh. Great run. Going to mark him at the 14-yard line. They move the chains. Saints inside the red zone and threatening again with 7:11 left on the clock.
Looks like they're leaving the dog pound in.
That's it. And this time, Shefferly's back there.
You got Henry
Who's the
Shefferly, and you got Gunnar McCarthy. And there's a bad snap.
Bad snap. Unbelievable.
Oh,
get on it. Get on it. Unbelievable. Saints with a golden opportunity, and a bad snap turns the ball over and gives new life to the Knights on offense.
The snap looked high.
Yeah.
Coach Garrett ripped his headset off. He just couldn't believe it.
Let's take a look as Brian cues it up here.
Yes.
Yeah, bad snap. Unreal. And you'd hope that Henry would just try and
Well, that was
jump on
Ellinger.
that ball.
That was Ellinger.
Oh, it was. Okay. Yeah. Oh, man. That one hurts. But again, another injury apparently on the Knights side as they're walking a player back inside the 20 back to the line. So we've got a break here on the field. We'll go ahead and keep things right here. And again, folks, just in case you got us halfway, we're back in 3 weeks for homecoming for the Bishop Dwenger Saints taking on the Homestead Spartans. Speaking of which, it'd probably be a good idea to see if John Kelty's got some updated scores from around the area. And we'll check in with him maybe after this first down. Coming up as the Knights come back after the timeout. Back on offense. Hate to see these teams trading turnovers at this point, but let's see what happens. Here they are on first down. Quick hitter on the edge. Great open field tackle that time.
Ellinger.
Form tackle by Ellinger. Just fantastic. Got low with a good plant, great football position, bit the ball. All great stuff you learn from Godfather.
Oh, the Godfather.
Big tackle for loss. Loss of 3 on that play. Brings up 2nd and 13. Whistle blows.
Timeout.
Timeout. Now would be a good time to check in with John down on the
Come on,
sidelines.
John.
See if Grasshopper's listening, actually. Might be at the
Thanks,
concession
John.
stand. Hey, there he is.
Hey, Northrop scored 25 unanswered. They're on top of Huntington North 31-20. Carroll Center Grove still back and forth, 21-17. Center Grove leading in that one. And the big one on my mind, East Noble leading Snyder 26-7. That one's getting close to closing. We'll update when that's a final.
Wow. Thank you, John. That's a huge update right there.
Snyder could end up starting season 0-2.
Wow. Well, it turns out you don't have to go to Indy to lose. You can lose to another team here in Northeast Indiana. 4A, I tell you, Joe, there's some, they call it wide open, but, you know, early on, there's some cream rising to the top.
Yeah,
already.
East Noble's a good program. They start at the youth level, and it goes all the way up through the varsity level. It's a program.
Yeah. We're back to live action after the timeout. 2nd and 13 now. Here's a give through the middle. Now breaking it outside, finding room, still on his feet, and knocked out of bounds after getting a first down. That is, again, Pillarelli on the carry.
Wow.
He's something.
He's slippery.
I love their backfield. I mean, between Beal and Piarelli, they've got a great run game. But on that last series, we saw Beal head off gimpy, so maybe Piarelli's going to be, nice stick. Before Piarelli could make that move, there was
Doug Henry.
Doug Henry with a nice stick right there in the middle, limiting that gain to 2. 6 minutes to go in the contest.
Okay, Pillarelli's coming out.
Yeah, Saints still up with a 2-score lead.
Bill's in. Check that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. He'll be in the backfield with the quarterback. Trying a hard count. Here's a snap. Quarterback keeper this side, left side. And he's going to, he breaks one tackle. Still on the feet. Look at him rumble and bumble down the field. Wow.
Freshman.
Look at that. That kid's going to be dangerous. My goodness. Takes it all the way down to the 36, and that'll be enough for a Knights first down.
He had a run like that last week I saw on film, just like that. Just guys just falling off him.
And you can do that when you've got a decoy like Beal.
Yeah.
I mean, good heavens. 1st and 10 for the Knights in Dwenger territory now. Here's a snap. Give to Beal, looking for some room through the middle. He finds it. Finally dragged down in the linebacker core near the 29-yard line. Hurry up offense. They're back up to the line already. Here's a snap. Give to Beal, looking for some room. Gets hit in the backfield, dragging tacklers with him. He will have enough for a first down close to the 25. Trayan taking a break. As it looks like number 61, Isaac Moga, coming in. Saints showing 2 down linemen. What's going on here? Yeah, we got a personnel issue.
They had to call a timeout. That's
Saints,
not good.
Yeah, Lewis Morris was making his way onto the field. Defense was not set, so they'll take a break. We'll go ahead and take a break as well. Saints up 24-15, but the Knights are driving here in the 4th quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Bishop Dwenger Football on the Saints Sports Network.
At the University of St. Francis, we believe everyone's made for greatness. Here, students are inspired to reach higher, academically, personally, and spiritually. We're not just shaping minds, we're forming servant leaders with purpose and heart. Rooted in faith and tradition, we prepare students to live lives of virtue, service, and joy. This is where faith meets reason, and where students discover who they're truly called to be. Discover greater.
Welcome back to 4th quarter action, ladies and gentlemen. Alongside Joe Wharton, I'm Sean McBride. Saints with a 24-15 lead right now, but the Knights are driving. They've got a 1st and 10 inside Saints territory down at the 29-yard line. And now we've got another whistle. One of the side judges is talking to one
Pointing
of
to
the
his
Saints
knee pad
players.
or what?
I don't know what's going on here. Here comes the white hat to talk about it further. Is he going to have to come out for a play? Is that Ellinger?
It is Ellinger. You got blood on his uniform?
Well,
it's going to the trainer, so it might just be blood.
Probably somebody else's, as Brian said. Jackson Parrish checking in for Houston Ellinger on the far side of the field. Here we go. We're back to live action. Here's a snap on 1st and 10. Pierrelli trying his way around the right side. Not much there. Great job by the defense stretching things out. Limits him to a yard, maybe 2. I like when they keep it on the ground. The clock is now continuing to become a bigger factor. Second and 9 now for the Knights. He looks to throw. He's got pressure up the middle, trying to get out of it, going north and south, finally taken down. Going to fall forward for another yard. Great pressure by the Saints defense.
So if you don't convert on this 3rd down, Sean, do you think about a field goal here? Because you need 2. You need 2 scores. You hate to waste a trip, right?
Yeah. I mean, so there's the thing. Do you rely on your defense? And at this point, I would say yes. You have to
take the points.
You got to get the points.
Kickoff, try to hold them, force a punt.
Yeah.
And then you got to take some shots to the end zone. And you remember, you have a deep threat in 11.
Darn right. And they have 2 timeouts remaining. So
nobody in the backfield.
Big down, 3rd and 9. Blitz comes. He steps out of it. And there he's hit. Ball is on the ground. Do the Saints have it?
Is that the 5th turn? It is the 5th turnover.
Oh, yeah. That, I believe, was recovered by Casey Piper. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. Yep. Romy's got Piper on the screen right now. I believe it was Casey Piper that came up with that. Here comes your Air X-ray replay right now. From the crow's nest, here's a look. Pressure comes.
Who got him from behind?
Strip.
I couldn't see.
Yeah. A little too far away, but yeah, I believe that was Casey Piper. Just
5 turnovers for the Saints defense.
How about that Saint defense? My goodness. Wow, they're hitting hard.
Couple first downs, and it's over, brother.
That's it. We need the offense to show up right now. All right, little different look now. Pro set. 2 wide outs to the right. Here's a snap. First man, second man through, trying the left side, not much there from a stature. I believe that was Sheffer Lee, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, now we've got a timeout on the field. Who called it? The officials called it.
Another player down over on the far side.
Oh,
there, Sean.
can't see it.
We got some glare here.
Yeah, these fluorescent lights, man.
Can we turn them off?
I tell you. Yeah. Don't tell the stats guys. Or maybe try the front bank. I don't know. So we've got a timeout on the field.
There, that's better.
Now Terry can't see. We turn the lights on him. Okay. We're good. Okay, very good. So they blow the whistle. Play clock is running. Here come the Saints. There's a loss of 1 on that carry, bringing up a 2nd and 11. Saints are going to have to get on their hustle horse here. We're down to 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Just now up to the line. 5, 4. Okay, they got the play off. Quarterback keeper, left side.
Dog pound.
Get some positive yards. Not much there. Man. Let's call it a 3rd and 8 with the ball resting at the 25. 2.5 to go here in the contest. But the Knights have to score twice. That's a huge thing right now. On 3rd and long, here come the Saints. Again, quarterback keeper. He's trying to find some room. He's trying to get out of it, trying to get north and south, trying to break some tackles. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and falls forward. That will be a nice game, but it won't be enough for a first down. I think he ran 60 yards to gain 7.
Timeout, St. Francis. Well-used timeout there.
So that'll leave them with 1 remaining. With 1:47 left to go, Saints are going to be facing a 4th and 5. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. So assuming that Lucas gets off a good kick here, Joe, let's say they get it around the 35, maybe the 40, so a short field here. I think they're really going to have to go to air it out.
Right.
And get some chunk plays here.
Yeah, you look for 11, right? They've been doing a nice job with 11, keeping a safety over the top, right? You're going to see more of that. You're going to see the Saints come after them.
Yeah.
Come after the quarterback.
Darn right.
They're not going to let him sit back
Don't let him set up.
and be comfortable.
Right.
So I expect maximum pressure, play in the defensive backfield back, 2 guys on 11.
Yeah.
Somebody else is going to have to beat them.
Well, it has been an up-and-down game, very entertaining. My vote for player of the game is certainly the Dwenger defense, Joe. I don't know who to really single out at this point, but
it's hard to argue that. You got Beckham Russell, you had Carter Zent make a big play, you got Lucas Wynn. I mean, so many kids have stepped up.
Ellinger and Henry, I mean, good heavens. Even Parrish, I mean, coming up big, knocking that ball down, my goodness. Punt team is on for the Saints. The Knights' defensive, or the return man is standing at the 40. Diepenbrock's going to be on the snap. Great snap. Punt is away.
Good punt. Really good
nice
punt.
Driving him back. No chance for a return. He's going to check up near the 26-yard line. The Saints come up and touch it up there. Great punt again. Lucas Wynn, his leg, such a weapon for the Saints.
Man, you could make a case for special teams tonight.
Yeah,
I mean,
no kidding.
Defense, special teams.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Beckham Russell, I mean, just great team effort tonight. Great job for the coaching staff to get this team ready, make adjustments at halftime.
So the Knights will come on with 1:36 remaining, down by 2 scores. 24-15 is the score right now. From the shotgun, nobody alone in the backfield is the freshman quarterback. Quick hitter out there, and he dropped the ball. Incomplete pass that time. The intended receiver that time was Daniel Heiler-Trailer.
62's down on the field here.
Oh, boy. So another timeout on the field. Let's. This one may not be cramps. Let's go ahead and step out for a 30-second break there, Brian, and we'll come back. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Bishop Dwenger High School. You're watching Bishop Dwenger football on the Saint Sports Network.
Tippmann Group is a family-owned business that's proud to call Fort Wayne home. We build cold storage facilities all around the United States, run one of the largest cold storage companies in the nation, and lease office space in Fort Wayne, like inside the Lincoln Tower.
Hi, I'm John Tippmann, president of Tippmann Group, and our family has been part of the Bishop Dwenger family for many years. We are a proud supporter of Dwenger Athletics. Go Saints.
I mean, Lucas Wynn could be the... Sean, you're back.
We are back live, ladies and gentlemen. We see timeout on the field is over as the injured Knight has taken off, and we certainly wish him all the very best. But right now, after the incompletion, the Knights are facing a 2nd and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Again, empty backfield for the freshman quarterback. Here's a snap. Looks to throw, firing to the right side. It is picked off. Look at that. Steps right in front of it, and that is going to walk in.
Get in there. Come on. Who is that?
He's trying to burn some clock.
It don't matter.
It won't matter. The game's over. That's it. That is it. What a tremendous
There's
win.
a flag now.
Flag, absolutely.
Yeah, the flags are flying. The players are pissed.
Little extracurriculars right there.
They thought that was showboating. I didn't like it either.
I didn't like it. I get what he was doing, but there's a time and place, and that wasn't it. But anyway, Jackson Parrish came up with another pick 6 right there. And let's see how this is all going to play out after the teams come back to the sideline. But that is a good 6 points for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Let's take a look at this Air X-ray replay right here. Looks to throw, and Parrish just times it beautifully, runs it down the field. Again, trying to take some time off the clock. We'll see if we can see what happens as they kind of get out of our frame there. Yeah, we had some pushing and shoving going on afterwards, so yeah. But the pick 6 counts. Score now 30-15, Saints. Soon to be 31 if Wynn is successful. Here comes your call.
Personal foul. Receiving team. Personal foul. This side. Penalties offset. We will try.
All righty.
There you have it.
Well, that's an interesting way to put it. Okay.
This side, that side.
This side, that side. All right. So the PAT. Here comes the attempted point after. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and he's perfect on the night. Lucas Wynn. So they vault the score 31-15 with 1:19 remaining. And the Saints are going to walk out of here with a big victory for their home opener of the 2025 season.
Six turnovers tonight.
Crazy.
For the Saints defense.
Hitting hard, flying to the ball. My goodness, what a performance. But Joe, during the break, you were right. I mean, you talked about player of the game. Lucas Wynn could easily have his name in contention for that very honor as well.
He's punted so great. He's had a field goal. He's made all his PATs.
Yeah.
But then you look at the 6 turnovers, right?
Right.
2 of them for 14 points.
Yeah.
For pick sixes. Getting the captains out to the middle of the field saying, look, guys.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal. We're not going to have it. Finish strong.
Yeah. Finish clean. Yeah, and look at that, Joe. Actually, it looks like Jaden Houston, as one of the team captains, made his way out on the field, but his helmet is off and he is limping visibly. He's done for the night. So the long threat may not be there anymore for the Knights as they finish out this game. So with the offsetting penalties, they should put this at the 40 and just do things normally here.
Is Grasshopper still on down there?
Well, again, he might be at the concession stand. We don't know.
No, we're here. We never left.
Okay, well, that's fine. We just wanted to know if you were still around. So,
still got an update. Just got another update from Greg Gale. Homestead and Noblesville is still 10-6.
Okay.
Noblesville over Homestead right now.
And John, we're certainly going to want to hear from Coach Garrett after the victory lines here, so stay frosty on that one. Another rocket ship of
and that's what
he
he gives you too, Sean. I mean,
yeah.
The punting, the kicks in the end zone, the PATs, the field goals.
Yeah. It's been a flawless execution.
Bronze that shoe.
That's it. Well, then he might not kick as well. Bronze an old shoe. Okay. Yeah. We like the one he's wearing now. Folks, be sure to join us in 3 weeks for homecoming here at Bishop Dwenger as they go on the road for the next 2 games. Joe, I didn't even look at the schedule. What are we talking next 2 weeks? You're the encyclopedia. We got Wayne and Carroll coming up? You don't know. All right. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Knights in the waning moments of this contest. Here's a snap. And they've got a different quarterback in there actually right now. Great pursuit that time by the defense.
That's number 18 in the game now.
Piarelli that time was the ball carrier. And
18. That's Thomas Nowawiski. He's a quarterback. He's a sophomore.
So gain of a couple?
You should ask Caden this upcoming schedule, Sean. Caden's.
Would Caden know what the next game is? Yeah, he would. As soon as he pulls it out and Googles it, that's how he's going to know. Clock continues to tick down. We've got a couple more plays on the books here, and that's going to be about it for this broadcast. But, they're just going to keep it on the ground and run things out and maybe get another play here as we reach the 30-second mark, and that's going to be about it. They do not have to run a play. Let's see if they do. From the shotgun, here's a handoff through the middle. He is stuffed at the line of scrimmage and driven down, and that's going to do it for the game, ladies and gentlemen. Saints win 31-15 over the visiting Knights from St. Francis de Sales. Tremendous effort tonight by the Saints, especially Saints defense accounting for 14 of those 31 points, and special teams, man. I'd give them gold stars, but they'd blend into the helmet.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, no sense in doing that. Both teams are at the midfield stripe. Hopefully, again, with some good-spirited handshakes and hand slapping there, and tough-fought game. And for a while there, Joe, the Saints did not hold the lead, but they finished strong and coming out of here with a nice W.
And you know what? St. Francis is going to have a good year.
Oh, man.
They've got some really good parts
do.
of this team. Starts with a big physical offensive line. You got Beal, Pilarelli, In the backfield, you got Houston out wide. Hopefully he is able to get healthy. And then defensively, they fly all over the field. I mean, gave our offense fits, right?
Yeah.
But the defense creating turnovers, then they put that offense and that young quarterback in a pickle, right? So it just snowballed out of control for them there. But they're going to be just fine. The Saints. The folks were able to see tonight how good that Saints defense is.
Yeah.
The offense got better tonight, right? Offense got better tonight, and special teams showed how special they are under the tutelage of Todd Ellinger. So this should be a fun Saints team to watch the remainder of the year. And just think as that offense keeps getting better and better, by the time playoffs roll around, they could be a really scary team to face in the playoffs.
I agree. This is, again, Coach has done a masterful job of getting these guys battle tested early, and this is a season that they have anticipated. This senior class, they have been big playmakers throughout their entire career here. So this is their time to shine, and so far we see glimmers of greatness out of this team. So let's send it down to the sidelines with John Kelty. John, I don't have you on the mic. There he is. All
Thanks,
right,
Sean.
John, take it away.
Heck of a Saints win.
We won.
And that's a talented St. Francis football team.
Yeah.
Talk about what it took.
Well, I mean, obviously great effort by our guys. Second half, made some great adjustments and, hit some things in the passing game. We had better protection and did some nice things there at the end on defense, obviously getting some turnovers.
Touchdowns?
Yeah, turnovers, turnovers and touchdowns. So it's exciting, man. So happy for our guys. Obviously you can still get better, but a lot of great things tonight.
I know Dwenger football is team first.
Over here, fellas! Hey! Yeah.
I want to ask about two guys. Henry Jordan came alive in the second half a little bit, 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
And talk about Lucas Wen and what a weapon he is.
Oh, yeah. Well, Henry Jordan, first of all, I mean, just kind of getting his feet wet, right? And just kind of, I don't know what start that is, 5 or 6, and so he looked a lot more confident tonight. They were talking about adjustments at halftime. Outstanding job, hit some really good, shots early on in that third quarter. And then Lucas, I mean, taking over not only the kicking as he's done so well, but then the punting. And I told him, he had a few moments in the early first half. I said it wasn't the outcome I was so proud of. It's just he overcame some of those, missed the kickoff and he missed a punt, and then, mentally tough and overcame. And that one that we downed down there, Dougie snagged it, and then I can't remember who downed it, but I said that was a game changer right there. So proud of those guys. That's just we talk about manning up this week when adversity hits, and we did that. Came out in the second half and played Bishop Dwenger football.
Love it. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
All right, good stuff, John. Thanks very much. Always great to hear from Coach Garrett there. 31-15, reporting a big Saints victory over the St. Francis de Sales Knights tonight. It's been a tremendously fun broadcast, and we can't wait to see what happens next, Joe.
That's right.
It's going to be
Excited.
great. Absolutely.
We'll be back with you in about 3 weeks.
That's right. Absolutely. So special thanks to the entire Saints Sports Network that brings you these broadcasts, working so hard for so many of you folks, and we love to do it. And it all starts at the top. Our executive producer is Katie Slee. On camera tonight, we have Rick Sosenheimer and Joe Romy. Caden Linder is our assistant director. Brian Gillette is our director. John Kelty on the sidelines. And for Joe Wharton, I'm Sean McBride, wishing you all a good night. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the sidelines. This is Bishop Dwenger Football on the Saints Sports Network.